Oh, I love how Ahmed disconnected right at that time. Anyways, what's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome to Chelsea Hell. Welcome to Casually FC. Welcome to your match review for Man City 1 versus Chelsea. I'm sure there's a lot that we have to discuss. I'm sure there's a lot of blaming we have to do. I'm sure there's a lot of disappointment that has to be viewed and analyzed. But before we do, as always, guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome to being here. I don't even know. I am at a loss for words, but all I know is that we're streaming, and I need you guys to smash the like if you haven't done so already. Be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Be sure to hit the bell notification to be notified whenever we do go live. Leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on everything that we're going to be discussing today. Check out the links in the description below, and check out the memberships as it helps out the channel tremendously. Well, in very much a Casually FC fashion, we must do a quick analysis or a quick review of the match. And that being said, pretty much I predicted the lineup tit for tat up until the left wing aspect of it. I did not expect to see Conor Gallagher shoehorned into the left wing. I expected Raheem Sterling to play, but it is what it is. And first half, I would say City was the team that made the best chances. Overall, we had a good amount of clear-cut chances. And unfortunately, Nicholas Jackson just isn't the striker to put them away. Yeah, at least he's not yet. The lack of experience definitely showed today on the pitch, and Nicholas Jackson, as I like to call him, Nicholas Touchy Jackson, taking the extra touch to beat the keeper, but just unable to finish. And frustrating performance from him today for sure. I think we're going to be discussing him a lot today. That's certain. And second half saw us put out the same exact lineup, no changes made. More chances missed, and it's not like I'm not trying to paint a picture that we created a bunch of chances either, because we didn't create that many chances. It is City after all, but Poch didn't really set us up to create many chances. He doesn't have a system to do that, and as a result, eventually we saw ourselves in a position where Jeremy Doku comes in as a substitute. Pep Guardiola sees that things aren't working, so he makes a substitute. Puts in Jeremy Doku, who is up against a tired, and I'd be honest with you, not at his best Malo Gusto today. And gets a key pass to Kevin De Bruyne, who crosses it across the box. Petrovic gets a touch on it, and Bernardo Silva meets it at the end and takes a shot that deflects off of Marco Corella. And we see ourselves now lose once again at Wembley. We see ourselves now defeated, as well as our chances of Europe now diminished, because now the only chance we have of Europe is trying to make it in the league, which is difficult. Not impossible, but it is very difficult. But yeah, I mean, Chris, we'll start with you, my friend. What is your... Actually, Chris might not even be back. Chris, are you back? Okay. Well, we're going with Ahmed. Ahmed, what do you think of the game, man? Tell me your analysis. And yeah, man. Disappointing match,
sure. Huh? I'm not sure you're gonna like my analysis. So I'm not sure if you're willing to accept my points of view. Are you willing to accept my points of view?
Sure.
At the end of the day, boys, this game today, we had the chances. Obviously, quite a few for Jack.
All right, that's enough of Ahmed. I don't like his points. No, just kidding, Ahmed. Sorry. Listen, we got to have a little bit of a laugh now because, like, it's just... God damn it, man. What a rough game. I'm sorry, Ahmed. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was supposed to do that sooner, but my mouse acted up, so... it is what it is. Comedic timing wasn't as good in that one.
I want to... At the end of the day, boys, we had the chances. We didn't put them away. And we got fucked because of it. that's just what happened. And people can say that to you. People can say a lot of stuff. They can lie to you. They can make up rubbish about you. But listen, we had the chances, and we created everything that we needed to win that game. But sadly, and I will repeat this again, sadly, we didn't take the chances when we needed to take them. So here we are, big 2024, and it's not happened. So listen, man. In the words of listen, I can't blame Poch for this game. So it is what
Not
it
for
is,
the
really.
whole, not for the whole thing. Obviously, there's
Listen,
partial blame, but I mean, this isn't gonna be a partially blame Poch for everything kind of stream. I think we're gonna try to be as fair and base with our assessment. But I mean,
Oh, Jesus.
you all right, Ahmed?
yeah.
He's
Okay.
good.
Oliver, what is your conclusion of this game, man? What's your analysis?
Okay, well, I know I predicted yesterday that it would be 2-1 win in extra time. I did say, though, that was me going with my heart over my head. And my head said we were losing that match, and I was right, so it doesn't feel as bad to me as it does for most other people, because I expected this. But listen, Ahmed's right. We didn't take our chances, so you have to obviously put some blame on the players for that. You have to put blame on our recruitment for us not having better players in that particular situation. The fact that we went into this season, and this isn't me crashing on Nicholas Jackson, by the way, because I think he has had a good season. And even with those misses there, I still think he had a positive game overall. But at the end of the day, the decisive moments are what matter, and it wasn't good enough from him today. But the fact that the directors and our squad building has allowed us to enter this season with Nicholas Jackson and Armando Broja as our only two strikers, when neither of them are proven at the level we want to be at, that's not good enough, I'm afraid. So you have to blame the directors for that. You have to blame Jackson, because at the end of the day, these are simple chances. You have to score them. It's funny. You mentioned the one where he tried to round the keeper. He didn't even shoot there. He lost confidence in himself and tried to reverse it back to whoever was making the late run into the box. Then you have to blame Pochettino as well, because Gallagher on the left wing was an abomination. And Enzo, I was fine for Enzo to miss this game. It really depends on how valid this whole point is about he has a hernia and he's taken injections before the match to be able to numb the pain. If that is the case, I wouldn't have minded Gallagher being in the pivot. So at least we can play a left winger. I mean, we were playing with 10 men today, and it's not Gallagher's fault. As much as I don't like him as a player, you need a player with the correct skill sets on that position, and we didn't have that, and we made the subs way too late for those players, Mudryk and Sterling, to have the impact. So everyone has to take a bit of blame here. It's not blaming one person. There's no agendas here. Everyone has a part of the responsibility for today's result, and this result marks the end of our season. I'm glad I don't have to hear any more about the owners are confident that we can win the FA Cup, because now that's out of the window. Now I want to try and see the PR make up a narrative that we're going to make top six, because that's just not happening. As much as on paper it is possible, look at our consistency this season. It is not going to happen. No matter what you want to say about unbeaten records and whatnot, we're just not good enough. So I'm kind of at peace now. That's where my head's at right now. I've kind of just at the acceptance stage. I'm not going to let this team annoy me anymore, because, quite frankly, they don't deserve it. They would have deserved it if they gotten further in this cup, but I just don't care anymore. So I don't really have much more else to say apart from that.
Chris.
I think Ahmed said we didn't play badly. I kind of agree with that. I thought our defense was solid as a rock, pretty much. They didn't really create better chances than Chelsea today. I thought we created bigger chances today. If we was a bit more clinical, Man City, we could have won it. Obviously, Jackson scored that one-on-one where he had all the time in the world, Jackson. I will say, yes, strikers are not supposed to score every chance they have. Of course they're not. They're just not. But that one chance he had, where he like took around the keeper. He literally looked behind him and he saw the defenders way behind him. Instead of just speeding up or just keeping the same speed when he originally had, he may have went around the keeper quickly and hit it with his left foot and open goal. But instead, he slowed down like a whole lot more, and then defenders like caught up and he didn't know what to do. So he literally cut it back and then tried passing it to, I don't know who he tried passing it to, I forgot about that, but a Man City player intercepted it anyway, so it didn't matter. So that's where I thought we massively fucked up. Well, Jackson did. Like I said, Jackson was actually making good runs. He was actually putting John Stones in the split. John Stones looked like he's going to throw up at one point. That's why he got subbed up at halftime, I think, because John Stones couldn't deal with him. So, like, Jackson did some good things, but, like, he should have at least scored one today. And, like, yeah, we could have went 1-1, maybe extra time, and done it there, because I felt like we was the better team in City. Like, defensively, we were solid. I thought our defence was better than City's defence. I thought our midfield was better than Man City's midfield today. I thought Enzo and Caicedo was better, and Rodri, and who was the other midfield? Is it, like, Bernardo? Bernardo's midfield next to
You had a
Rodri?
Kanji pushing up from the back, so it was kind of
Yeah.
a pivot with Rodri and a Kanji.
It's kind of a weird system, Pep, but it does work, so I give him credit for that, of course. But, like, I mean, I thought our midfield was better than us, and we created more chances. Like Cole Palmer today, and he was creating a lot of good chances today. It's just nothing was coming at the end of it. Like, and even Enzo, he created a very good chance at one point in that game, I remember. But like, I thought
He
that
created the Jackson chance.
yeah. He's the one who created that really good chances. There you go. I mean, I thought the two weak links, like on the field today, was Gallagher and Madueke. I thought Madueke was very average for me today, and Gallagher was just non-existent at points like of the game. So it's not Gallagher's fault why he's not really getting involved in that attack so well. Like from the left side, he's not used to playing the left wing. That's just down to Pochettino. But this is where Pochettino's got to take the blame for me as well. It's the substitutions. Like, we saw Pep Guardiola, right, he saw things going wrong with John Stones, subbed him off. He subbed off someone at 60 minutes. Who was it? I'm trying to think.
He subbed on Doku,
Grealish.
and Doku was the one that made a difference.
I thought Doku actually helped him, yes, he did.
Grealish had to come off for injury, I believe.
Okay, fair enough then. But I'm just saying, like, he did make.
I think Doku would have come on anyway, just against tired legs and stuff.
Yeah. I'm just saying he made a change at 46 minutes. When did it take us to make our change? 80th minute. Like it took to
really
the
long.
It took to the 80th minute, and that's just to me that's just not good enough. You should be subbing off Gallagher, Madueke, maybe Gusto actually, because Panny's not like fully fit or whatever. But like, and then they scored.
Can I be contrarian for a moment, because I think it's a necessary point to be contrarian on. Do we need to necessarily make changes?
I felt like yes, I felt Madueke should have came off earlier. I felt even maybe Gallagher, if he's staying on that left wing, should have came off earlier.
I feel like again, I don't feel like again the changes were necessary at that moment in time. Like
when was the changes necessary, by the way? Because it's 90th.
You probably should have started do. I feel like when he did them at that moment, I thought that's when they were smart to do so. Honestly, so I feel like for me, keeping the same team that that he probably has the most trust in at that moment in time, for him may have been the right decision for him personally.
I know, but I still disagree. I think Madueke was not offering much to me.
For me, the problem is the problem is that even when Mudryk came on, he wasn't offering that much. You could Chilwell, obviously, when he came on, we know what he did.
Oh, let's talk about him, man.
Yeah, Sterling when he came on. Hang on. But with Sterling, the reason why I am willing actually, and I wanted to give him a bit of a chance, is because we know that he's just come back from injury. I'm not sure how much can he give us. How much can he give us necessarily? Do you see what I'm saying? With him, I can allow that for him. So again, that's all it is, man.
When you say like Sterling and Mudryk literally had 10 minutes or like 16 minutes or whatever it is, right? Because of extra time. But Sterling came on at 88 minutes, and he could have got a goal, by the way, if Chilwell knew how to like cross it earlier. And so
listen, I'll be real with you, bro. You may have got 1v1, but no one Sterling, bro.
He could have missed it. Yes, I know. He could have missed it.
Yeah, but let's
this is Sterling against City though. He turned Super Saiyan against.
Well, listen. The thing is though, like we will never know, because Chilwell never gave Sterling the chance to miss it, and that's the problem. Like, I think a part of the problem here is also the one that we're not talking about is also, and you said this yourself, Ahmed. Why aren't we establishing a system that gives our players more chances to miss? Because at the end of the day, even if we had Erling Haaland, there's a chance that Erling Haaland misses those chances as well. He's not the most clinical. He's not the most, well, not the first one. I don't think so either, Chris. But he's not the most clinical in front of goal. There's not really many strikers who are super clinical in front of goal, and because they get enough chances, they get goals.
Marshall, but like, listen, you know me, I'm one of the biggest proponents of having a system that's going to continue to allow to create half chances or like major opportunity chances. But the problem is there are just going to be some games where you're just going to have to take the chance you're given. And in this game in particular, the reality is we had more than enough chances to go up 1-0, to go up 2-0 if we wanted to. So in this game, I don't believe it's the case, man. That's just my hot take. You know what I mean? Maybe for you it's different.
And by the way, also, just to add to that, that's why none of us have mentioned the refereeing yet, because as much of a problem
we'll discuss the refereeing.
Much of a problem as Michael Oliver was today, he is not the reason we lost this game. If Jackson had taken any one of those chances, we go into extra time.
I mean,
if Palmer had scored his, we go into extra time.
Can I also say, I want to say this quickly as well, when it comes to refereeing. What is the one rule that you learn as, when you're playing football, whether it be semi-professionally or just like competitively? You cannot rely on the ref. But what you can rely on is you guys doing your job, when it comes to the chances you are given. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is. Like, I don't care if the ref doesn't give me a pen or anything like that. Even if it's blatant, all I can do as a player is control the factors I can, which is create the chances and put the ball into the back of the net.
I will say, like,
real quick,
I don't know
real
what.
quick, Chris, before you go on, let me just read these
right.
quotes, okay? Mauricio Pochettino on a penalty appeal. Maybe you had a better view from the touchline. It was difficult to see. We have here the Jack Grealish handball debate will no doubt dominate post-match chat. Mauricio Pochettino had a great view and is really upset post-match. Looked like a penalty to me.
Yeah.
Farcical VAR can check it and yet can't advise the officials to even give a corner. That's I think that's part of the problem, is that even if you don't want to give this a handball, we didn't even get a corner out of it.
Well, that's the protocol they follow. You have to. The thing with VAR is they weren't checking, and they never check for an incorrect corner decision, and it's just part of their protocol. This is the rules they are set to follow, and we can have a problem with it. But at the end of the day, the rules were followed properly, whether it led to the right result or not.
Well, this is the thing. You have to come back at this game, and you surely must see that there's a flaw with your protocol in this. If in a play, a player scores a goal, but there's another player that's very harshly fouled, but because we're looking at another, part of the play and another, was he offside on this play or not? We're going to ignore the fact that 2 passes ago, this player was very harshly fouled. I think it's flawed. I think you should look at the whole sequence of play and obviously correct any misjudged calls. And in this situation, like, even if you're not looking for the handball or whatever, call the fucking corner. Call the game accurately. The point of VAR is to have a more accurate game. Is it not?
I just got pretty pissed off of, like, because this is what I mean. Like, okay, like, maybe you can argue this one is maybe, like, hits the leg and hits the arm. I forgot how it went. Did it hit the arm and hit the leg afterwards? I forgot how it went. If it hit the arm first, then it's definitely a penalty, 100%.
It hit the arm first, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, 100%
Mauricio
penalty.
Pochettino on his conversation with the referee for the penalty shout. I was talking because Jesus and myself and my staff said it was a penalty. I only said to him, "Why not check the penalty on the TV?" Why I saw after, but move on. Okay. But again, going back to this, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
The next one, I know you're probably gonna talk about that one, but like that next one annoyed me because like Jackson's ahead of like Kyle Walker, and what does Kyle Walker do? He nudges him in the back and pushes forward, and so it takes in football when you're running at your highest speed. One little tap is just gonna knock you down, and that's just, to me, just cheating.
It was a push though. He extended his arm in a pushing motion.
yes, he pushed forward so he can fall down, and I'm sick of like seeing defenders get away with that, because you shouldn't be able to use your hands or anything like that to like get like your advantage. No, there's no way like you can do that. But I don't know what VAR was like saying why that's not a penalty. I would love to hear it, but like we're not going to hear it probably. It's just the whole. We should at least got one penalty today, and that what annoyed me as well today by the referee, because I do rate this referee out of most referees in the Premier League. By the way, this referee is actually pretty decent, and normally he's decent with us as well. So I don't know if it's the referee or the VAR or both. Like, it could be both at this point.
I will say though, it does go both ways a little bit. As much as City didn't lose the game, the injury that Jack Grealish picked up was a foul from Moises Caicedo that you could maybe argue was a bookable offence, and he was already on yellow at the time.
I mean,
so he arguably should have been sent off.
But not every foul. I would say, like, I don't know if that's a foul. What's going to be a yellow card, like a justice for another yellow to be.
I mean,
red.
even then though, like again, like it's not like listen. I agree with Oliver. If we're gonna be playing an accurate game, if we're gonna call fouls and all that stuff accurately, then yes, you can argue that the Moises Caicedo follow through was a red card. It was a sending off. But then why aren't we talking about the Kyle Walker putting his literally stomping on Gallagher's waist with his follow through?
The reason is because you've got institutions like Ref Support UK that don't care about correctness. They just want to stick up for their guys. They want zero accountability, and that goes for the Premier League too.
But that's the thing that annoys me. If like we aren't talking about at this point even an accurate game in terms of the subjects of Caicedo's follow through and the Walker foul. We're talking about player well-being at this point. Who gives a shit if you're right or wrong? If the players are fouling other players and potentially causing harm, I think the players' well-being should be way ahead of the fucking egos of these refs. Fuck that shit. That's stupid.
I mean, there's still a way around it, like, keeping the referee's ego or whatever. Like, you just tell the referee, like, VAR checks it, like, Oliver, like, check the VAR, like, tablet, whatever it is, see it, check it again. We think it might be a foul or yellow card, sorry. And
like, they're seeing it. They're seeing it. And it's like, no one's in the VAR room going, hey, Michael Oliver, I think we caught a foul that you just missed that needs attention. I don't hear any of that happening. And I just posted on the Discord, right, that MLS is implementing these rules to VAR, these rules to refereeing from this point forward in the season, that I think would be a big difference maker when it comes to the refereeing here in England. That obviously we're not going to get it, but simple things like the referees coming out and explaining their decisions and speaking on why the decision's happening, like we have in NFL football. Something like that, just to give some clarity as to, okay, this is why you came to your decision. And stuff like that could prevent a lot of scrutiny to these referees, because sometimes these people don't understand why the referees are coming to the decisions they came to. And an explanation like that could avoid some scrutiny, because guess what? Right now, the way you're running the football and the way you're running the penalty decisions, the refereeing decisions, all that shit, there's a lot of unexplained things that cause a lot of scrutiny. It's just always like, I'm sorry if I'm not making any sense. I'm just so frustrated with the refereeing and the game overall.
But again, I can't control what the referees are like.
Yeah, I know.
But I can control how I play.
I know, I understand that. And listen, at the end of the day, too, I'm not trying to put the onus on the reason we lost is because of refereeing. Obviously, that's not true. The reason we lost is because we can't put away our chances. That is the reason we lost. Okay? And then there's other multitude of reasons why that happened, which we're going to try to discuss. But, at the end of the day, stuff like this doesn't help the game. Stuff like this doesn't help the refereeing in the UK. Stuff like this makes it so that fans get bitter with the referees and have very little sympathy for referees. When we're seeing it on TV, but the referees on the pitch aren't, that is a problem. It should be the opposite. The referees on the pitch should be seeing things that we on TV cannot.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, it's a little bit frustrating on both sides, but frustrating on our side and frustrating on the referee side. I'm just
Yeah.
annoyed we didn't get one goal. Because I felt like we played well enough to get one goal today. Couldn't happen. I don't know what.
And that's the thing too that
I'm glad
annoys
this.
me.
By the way, if this was the final, I'd be so mad. Like,
Oh yeah,
another
listen.
final like this.
I said it yesterday in the preview. If you guys were here, and the guys in the chat, if you were here yesterday during the preview, I was with these gentlemen as well. I said it yesterday. I'd rather lose in this portion of the cup than at the final. Yes, I'm still pissed, but I would have been absolutely livid if we lost to Coventry or United. I would have been absolutely livid. So at the end of the day, it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Who knows? Like, listen, this season, and Don said it best on Twitter. Big up to Don. This season was really about learning and figuring out this team. We knew it was a young team.
But again, like, this is not that's not knowledge to any of us. Marshall,
Yeah.
I just
It's
feel
just
like
a reminder.
People have put too much of an unrealistic expectation onto the squad, and that's what it is, bro. And a lot of it is, yes, fun fact, if it'd been two teams like Burnley and Sheffield the other day, we would currently be, guess what, boys, in 6th place, and we wouldn't have had to have been a do or die game today. But like, again, this is what the reality is. We've got players that are not ready currently, that are meant to be hopefully by the end of the season, somewhat ready, or have gone through some level of development.
But hold on. Let's bring it back though, Ahmed. Hold on, because you said a statement that kind of bothers me.
And what is that?
I think the first thing you said is like we set unrealistic expectations for this team. I think most of us on this channel were expecting top 6 finish, and at least I think hope for a trophy is the right statement. Which, yeah, we came close to a trophy. That's fine, but where we are on the league table is unacceptable. I think with what
is it because if your expectation is 6th place, you win your game on Tuesday, you're in 6th place alongside.
We're not going to win though.
No. I know. Yeah, but look, if I'm just being honest with you, if we do win against Arsenal, we are currently joint 6th with Manchester United and Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
So have they not met? And you've said that you are looking to compete in a cup or get a one cup. Fundamentally speaking, they've met your expectations then.
I will say this because I'm conflicted with the league. Because on one end, I don't expect us to get 6, but on the other end, I also have a little bit of hope that, like, okay, maybe we can get 6. And at the end of the season, if we do get 6, then yes, this team has met my expectations. It's hard to tell, and you're right. You're absolutely right. It's hard to tell, but when I look at just the journey we went through and how much we lost in games we shouldn't have lost, not to say City, like I think most of us expected to lose a City. It is what it is. It's Man City, but how much we struggled when we shouldn't have struggled against lower league sides, against lower league opposition. It's just, in general, it's so unacceptable. But I genuinely think that if we had another manager with someone else that's not Poch, we can give ourselves a better chance. We could at least be sitting in 6th comfortably, and right now at this time of the season could be discussing, listen, there's still a chance to get top 4.
Marshall,
that's kind of what I was hoping for, and I'm not getting that with Poch.
If I'm being contrarian to you, though, think about this. Someone can say to you, but we're playing with kids. So,
but yeah, that's the expectation I set with the kids.
But these guys their mentality might not be 100% there, and that is what's causing them to maybe drop points against Burnley, drop points against Sheffield, because they're not. The mentality isn't there to understand to not take those games easy.
Well, that's where you need a manager and headstrong, experienced players in order to help them, and we have neither.
Mm-hmm. But listen, man, if we're just gonna go back to the game, I can't blame Poch really. You can't really blame him at all for what's happened in that game. I feel like we're just gonna be clutching at straws on this one for this game, in my personal opinion.
Funny enough, actually, we were just talking about this. There is a quote here, actually. Mauricio Pochettino on the learning process. This group needs these types of moments from games. We need to build the thing that we need. In areas we need to improve, finish the next season in the best way and talk about how we can do better next season. Which, listen, I can't disagree with this. I think this is accurate. I think this is right. It's I think it's a mixed bag in a sense. We do need more experienced figures that can help us get across the finish line. But at the same time, like what Oliver said, I think we're missing the manager that can instill that confidence and instill that, like, even just a system that gives these players some confidence. Like, hey, I know I may not know what to do in this situation, but I know what I've been told to do, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I think sometimes these players are misguided. And listen, as much as I want to bash on Gallagher for playing left wing and all this shit, at the end of the day, if there was a manager that had a system that told you, okay, Gallagher, listen, I know you don't play left wing often, but if you just do this, we'll be fine. Instead, it's more, Gallagher, I'm going to put you on left wing and you figure it out. That's what it feels like. So I can't even be mad at Gallagher for being so shit at left wing today. It's on Poch to play him there. And, you know, I'm not, I know we're kind of clutching at straws, right? Because at the end of the day, the onus of most of today's game, most of the blame is going to have to go on Jackson just not being clinical. But if you're seeing that Nani Madueke is not being effective on the right, if you're seeing that your left winger is being pretty much used to be a press and trying to disrupt the game from the left, that's not what I want my left wing to do. So it comes to a point where I'm like, why not just, if you're gonna take a risk with putting on, you know what, I think what bothers me the most, if we're gonna be honest, I think what bothers me the most is Poch's insistence on trying to shoehorn Gallagher in positions where he is not his strongest. If Gallagher had played the 6 today, I would have been like, okay, that's fine. I think Gallagher can do a job there. And I've seen, you know, it makes sense because Enzo is out with injury. For the most part, he's playing with a hernia. He should be out with injury. And even if you play him at a 10, okay, that's fine. We've seen that Gallagher as a defensive 10 works. Why are you trying to shoehorn him in so badly that you have to play him in a position that he's absolutely weak at? He's not good in the left wing. He's not at all. You might as well put him in the center back position. You might as well put him at left back at that point. Like, why?
I disagree. Like, obviously, Gallagher's had good games.
I just think it lessens our chances of winning the game. That's what I'm. That's
really it does, but I'm talking specifically on what you're saying about the 10 role. Like, he has obviously had good games in that role this season. He's had good games against this very team, Manchester City. Mm-hmm. But Cole Palmer today did his job in the 10 role. He created a plethora of chances, and he did his job. So I don't see the benefit of having Gallagher in there. I would have. But you don't. I would have rathered him be in the pivot or just not played at all.
Well, the pivot I can get. But real quick, Ahmed, before you ask a question, I can understand Gallagher in the pivot. That's fine. But in the number 10, at least you can really shut down Rodri. And we've seen when you shut down Rodri in this team, you really shut down a lot. You do a lot of damage by shutting down Rodri. I really think having someone like Gallagher, not to say that Cole can't do a job there, but I think when it comes to pressing and really making you have a tough day on the pitch, Gallagher is really good at that. So I think Gallagher would have been so effective in that number 10 to shut down Rodri completely, and you let Cole Palmer link up with Malagusto at the right wing and be creative from the left or from the right. What were you going to ask, Ahmed? Well, Ahmed and then Chris.
All right, so I've got a question for the streets. And it's in regards to even someone like Cole Palmer. When was the last time Cole Palmer scored outside of Stamford Bridge?
What?
In any competition.
Okay.
New Year's.
I mean,
there's no way. There's no way.
New Year Eve.
What about assists? Do they count or just goals?
Since New Year's Eve, he's not scored a goal.
He gets a lot of too.
For context, how many games have we played away?
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't think it's that many.
6 or 7. But listen, I just want to give that nice little stat. I just saw that today. The problem for me, I don't mind.
Oh, yeah, hold on, Ahmed, hold on. What do you mean you can't shut down Rodri? It's Rodri. You can close channels passing lanes, which was what we did. We shut down Rodri in the 1-1 tie that we had with them. That was Rodri being shut down. Yes, he ended up scoring the winning goal, but that was a deflected shot.
Well, that's when we stepped off him.
Yep.
Yeah. So we shut down Rodri, Vic. Go back and watch that game if you don't believe us. Go back and watch that game. Tell me how effective Rodri was in that game. So, yes, Rodri can be shut down. Just because he's one of the best, if not the best DM in the game, doesn't mean he can't be stopped. He can be. Just like an Mbappe can be stopped. Just like a Neymar can be stopped.
I mean,
But I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I thought we
Listen, guys, I have a short fuse today. I'm not happy with the fact that we lost one of our few chances to get into Europe, okay? I'm not happy with it.
What if you
got the minerals, man?
I don't have the minerals today. I'm sorry. But go ahead, Ahmed. I interrupted you. My bad.
Listen, at the end of the day, boys, I don't mind what he did. Did it make sense? Kind of. Also, he doesn't trust Mudryk, and Sterling just come back. So it makes sense why he played Gallagher there. I'll just be honest with you, boy. Amanda. And listen, I feel like this game right now, we've lost it. I don't really feel like I have anything to talk about in regards to it. I just think Chelsea have now set themselves up for a mission impossible. They need to do something, in my opinion, they have never done this season, and that is be CONSISTENCY. And
I think that was better in your head, but then I realized that's a really long consistency. It's really long to spell, man.
Yes, but literally they need consistency, and we need to have 8 games. Literally, how many games we've got left? Sorry, it's less than 8 games actually. It's for the next 6 games, we need to be as consistent as fuck. Let me just confirm how many more games we've got left.
Remember, by the way, we still have Arsenal, Spurs, Aston Villa, etc.
So we need to. This is what it's going to be. This is what our fixture is from now on. We need to beat Arsenal, Villa, Tottenham, West Ham, Forest, Brighton.
Wait, we need to win all those games because that ain't happening.
Yep, that's what we need.
We got
to
7
do.
games. Did I count that right? 7 games.
I mean, we're probably gonna struggle against Arsenal. Maybe at best we might get a draw, but I don't see it. Like Arsenal need this win. We are like coastline top 10. Aston Villa, we might get a win, but fuck knows, they probably be more hungry. Again.
You know what, man? Chelsea are like someone that's got multiple personality disorder. You know what I mean? One day we've got the dark and we've got the demon out. You know, we're killing games.
You know, the 6-0, the Man United 4-3.
Yeah, but then there's times. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're like Moon Knight. Sorry, we're like Moon Knight. You know what I mean? We got Moon Knight's Moon Knight's personality disorder, where one of his personality disorders is the fact that he's Moon Knight. You know what I mean? He's got his sword, he's got everything. You know, he's hooping, he's killing all of the bad guys. Yeah, and you know, we have his bitch persona. You know, that's the one that loses 1-0, can't finish chances, isn't good enough, hasn't got it all, and so that's what we are right now. We are a bitch.
Fucking minerals, bro.
I was gonna say, I know the topic's gone off, like you say, shoehorn and Gallagher, by the way. Do you know how many 90-minute games he's played in 43 games? I had a little look. It's 34 games he's played 90 minutes in. 43 games.
Fuck, dude.
He doesn't even get subbed off most of the time. Even though when he's not playing the greatest, like today, he doesn't get subbed off. That's what I mean. Like, this manager, like, he just has to play him, man. It's Gallagher or nothing at this point.
But hey, I was telling everyone because they all thought when Nkunku comes back that Gallagher will be dropped, and when Nkunku did come back in December, that did not happen. As a matter of fact, we saw Nkunku move to the right wing so that Gallagher could play the 10 role.
Striker.
And the striker
multiple times.
Anywhere but his primary 10 role. So I hate to be that guy, but I told you so.
I mean,
Still
like,
that
It's kind of weird though because like we wanted this guy. Well, the ownership wants him gone, but then he's playing literally every game, like 43 games a season. He's like so important to like Pochettino. So if he keeps Pochettino, there's no way Pochettino wants to lose Gallagher. There's no way Pochettino would like do everything to keep Gallagher in this club. Like we could have like a 50 million bid for Gallagher. Pochettino's like, nah, we need this guy. We need him. We can't replace Gallagher. Gallagher's too good. I mean, I wouldn't mind keeping Gallagher like for like a backup.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't mind keeping him.
He's not a bad player. I don't think he's actually a bad player. He does a job, I guess, like his pressing and his movement and his tackling and his interceptions. Even sometimes he can score a few goals here and there. It's just he's not starting material if you want to be top 4 or winning trophies. I'm sorry, he's just not. Like if he's like your main guy, we're not gonna win shit. And it's proved it this season as well. Like he's our main guy this season, and what have we done this season? We just shit the bed.
Not even. Forget top 4. He's a mid-table level player.
I mean, for a main guy,
that's where he played his best football, and that's where he is now. He's 23, 24 years old. He's not getting any better than this. It maybe marginally better, but I don't see it.
Hey, it's painful, man.
It sucks, man, because like. It's not even like... It sucks, too, because our players today, for the most part, didn't necessarily play bad. We just weren't clinical. Like, I wanted to talk on Chalobah today. Yeah, Chalobah shut me the fuck up today, for sure. And honestly, he shut me the fuck up since he's come back from his recent injury. Because I haven't seen the same Chalobah of seasons before. I have not seen this Chalobah, pardon me, who has... his bozo moments, right? But they're covered up by another defender. I think Chalobah, since he's come back, he's been really rock solid. And you can make the argument that we should probably keep him. I mean... I
keep him over Fofana.
I
would stop
Fofana, time will tell with Fofana. But he's better than Disasi. He's been better than Disasi since he's come back. I'm not gonna lie, and he deserves to start over Disasi. Not to bash on Disasi at all, by the way. If anything, actually, it should be Disasi, Chalobah. But like Disasi's been good for us for the most part, our most consistent defender, but he's not been outstanding. Chalobah has been outstanding, and today he was so solid back there against the Man City. He stepped up, and yeah, I have been. I have been so critical of Chalobah based on what I saw with him before and all that, but he's been so rock solid in that back line, and I got to give him his flowers when I can. But yeah, he's been good, and I was praising him so much today, and then it just sucks because we concede the goal. Even Cucurella, honestly, gotta give kudos to Cucurella today. Cucurella was fan. Other than the one pass he had to Thiago Silva, which was very questionable. Thiago Silva, experienced player, dove for it and got it out of the way. But today, other than Malagusto, who was questionable, our defense was so solid.
Yeah, you got to give props to Silva as well. I've been one of the early ones to say that Silva's not been good enough this season. He looked on it today. He was really, really good. As a matter of fact, our worst defender was probably Malo Gusto, and that's not even to say he had a horrible game, but he did. I can't lie, he did struggle a bit with Grealish, and there was a chance in the first half as well where Jackson was on the run and he should have played the ball properly, and that didn't come off. And listen, when we get to Ben Chilwell, we're going to cook Ben Chilwell for the exact same thing. So to be 100%. Fair, you have to cook Gusto for that as well. That wasn't good enough from Gusto.
Yeah.
But all things considered, the back line were fine today, like barring maybe Gusto, but even then it wasn't horrific.
I felt like most of our players are actually fine. Okay, well, Jackson, he was making great runs and all that type of stuff, but his finishing. I thought the two really weak links was really Madueke and Gallagher on both sides. They just weren't doing enough for me. It felt like just Cole Palmer creating all the chances and a bit of Enzo, and the other two was just not doing much. I think Madueke crossed one decent ball to Jackson. Was it when he won that header and it went straight at the keeper?
No, that was Cole Palmer.
Wait, was that Cole Palmer who crossed it?
Yes, that was Cole Palmer.
So I don't know what Madueke really offered today. I really don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think he offered anything.
We'll talk about the wingers, but Vic, Chalobah, I have heard bench Silva. Chalobah is mid on this channel, but the pairing works better than Disasi Badiashile. Maybe. I mean, time will tell over time if they do. Yeah, I don't know about either. But listen, this is why I try to keep it honest on this channel. And I said, like right now, as of right now, Chalobah is. I was wrong about him. This guy's been better. He's not the same Chalobah as he was last season.
I will say this though, I wouldn't call it outstanding because our defensive record has been. You did use that word though, so I've just got to step in on that one because.
No, today he was outstanding.
I mean,
but as an overall thing though, our defense has been shocking this season.
No. Yeah, but I'm referring to today. Today he was outstanding.
Yeah, no, he was on it.
I didn't
notice a single problem with him today, and thing is, Chalobah does have experience in Wembley. He did play the Carabao Cup final under Tuchel. I can't remember if he played the FA Cup final, but he's been here before.
Even in those big games last season, like he would always make an error or something. He would have someone cover his ass. Today, no. He was absolutely flawless. No need to cover him at all. He did everything perfectly. So I got to give Chalobah his flowers for that.
He was quite young then, Marshall, so he's like 21, 22.
Yeah, that might be it too. He's just getting older.
He's 24 now, he's maturing as a player. This is what I say about Chelsea maybe signing new centre-backs. I don't really see the point signing centre-backs unless you're getting a top-tier centre-back, by the way. I don't want to sign another, potential centre-back or, a decent centre-back. We got decent centre-backs. Badiashile is normally a decent centre-back. Chalobah is looking like a somewhat decent defender, centre-back. Disasi's actually solid, I think. Disasi's not bad. Chilwell is actually good at centre-back when you play him centre-back normally. It's just this season he's been fucked with Pochettino's methods. And Fofana is good if he's fit. I think Fofana is good if he's fit. It's just he's never fit, so that's the one downside about it. And Thiago Silva, I don't think Thiago Silva's even that bad. It's just our system in defence this season has been really bad. It's just been that bad, so who knows if he's actually lost it or not. I think Thiago's definitely going there because he's 4 years old next season or something, so he's definitely going.
Yeah, with the defenders, I think having an opinion on what we want in the summer or who we want to sign, if we want to sign anyone at all, I think it depends on how patient you're willing to be. Because I was never on the train of selling Chalobah. I didn't want him to be a starting player, but
prior to seeing him recent games, I did want to sell him because I'm like, fuck it, man. I mean, he never really convinced me prior to the season, but I'm seeing these games recently. Which, by the way, I do have to say, we're just talking about the games. If we're looking at Chalobah's season overall, he hasn't been fit for most of it. Mm-hmm. He's been injured. People want to say, "Oh, it's an agenda. Bowley trying to sell him. They're not giving him the chance to play and stuff. The club are icing him out."
Because they're doing that to Malang Sarr right now, and Chalobah's not in the same situation.
Exactly. So it seems that because we just sold because Vic, I think you're wrong on this one. I think because we sold our hotels, we're good from FFP, from what I've been reading recently. But even then, I don't know. We could probably make up the money in other ways if we would decide we want to keep Chalobah. But
from what I'm aware, best case scenario with the with the PSR rules is that we would have to sell to buy, but if we didn't buy anyone, we'd be fine.
Yeah.
So it's okay, but we will sell people, inevitably.
Since he's come back, Chalobah has been really good. However, I'm not gonna treat Reece James differently to Chalobah. Reece James has not been available for most of the games, but when he has been, he's been good. He's in the same category as Reece James for me. Dude, you need to be fit. If you're gonna be our best defender, you need to be fit.
Who needs to be fit, sorry?
Chalobah. Thing is, he's not injury prone.
I don't even. Yeah, he's not known for being injury prone. I don't even know.
This is his worst season of his career, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah.
And by the way, need that back. How much is Chalobah really worth? If it's worth 30 million,
not worth that much.
If he can get 30
plus
million,
Gallagher might go. So.
I'd rather get rid of Gallagher probably.
Yeah.
I feel like Gallagher's very replaceable as a player. someone probably in our youth right now probably can do just as good a job as Gallagher anyway, to be honest, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying Gallagher's awful, I'm just saying Gallagher is just, he's an okay player. He's like a mid-table player like Crystal Palace or Brighton or something like that. We got rid of Gilmore for 8 million.
Yeah.
Like, that was bad.
Let's actually discuss this, DHL. Thank you for mentioning it. What pisses me off is we never played Maatsen at left back. Give him to Dortmund straight in the left back and balling. Listen, let's talk about the left back situation, because today I'm going to give kudos to Cucurella, right? He was phenomenal up until, that little error he made with the pass, but it was all clarified, all rectified. It was fine. But we saw Ben Chilwell come on. And there's no rumors or no hints that this guy's going anywhere. And honestly, I think Ben Chilwell has been our worst player this season. I don't think he's done anything or come even close to the numbers he used to put up. This guy was horrible this season. Absolutely horrible.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, you're right.
I think
you're right. Like, he is our worst player this season.
I think it's between him, Sanchez, and Badiashile.
Oh, I mean, listen, Sanchez not been that great, but he's had some good saves.
I mean,
I can't even think of a good moment that Chilwell's had.
I mean, the only good game I felt like he maybe had was the Liverpool game, the first game of the season, and then it just went downhill from there. That's
Chris, that was his last GA.
I mean, I was talking about GA still all the time about me. Like, I just felt like he was solid defensively.
No, but the thing is, this is the thing. Like, I compare Chilwell nowadays. He is an English Marcus Alonso in terms of on the pitch.
He is becoming that way.
And with Alonso, we wouldn't put up with his general play. He was very slow. We didn't like it, but you'd put up with it because he got the output. This guy doesn't do it consistently enough.
Yeah.
By the way, can I say, I don't understand why this board doesn't want to let go of Chilwell, right? Put him. Why they want to put on Gallagher on sale, right? And these other players on sale, like Maatsen and all that. But why not Chilwell? Why does Chilwell have to stay?
That's what I mean. Like, I don't know.
Maatsen's better, and
I don't know if Vic is aiming this towards us. I think he's just saying the general populace. I don't understand why there's a discussion on selling Cucurella when the real bad left back in this team is Chilwell. Like, I would not sell Cucurella right now. I'd rather just have him be our number one left back. And if it were up to me, I'd give Ian Maatsen a chance, but that's not going to happen because someone's going to trigger that release clause. There's no way it doesn't get triggered.
I just love how we're bringing up Maatsen right now because isn't it ironic, right? He what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday? I think it was Tuesday. He scores the goal that ends up being the final goal in that tie against Atletico Madrid. And Ben Chilwell this week is getting aired by OnlyFans models. And he's now dropping stinkers when we need an experienced player. The contrast of having one great week for a player that we should have given a chance to a terrible week for a player that we've known for a long time that isn't good enough. But yet we're going to keep this guy and sell the other guy. That's just an indictment of our club right now, I'm afraid. As much as we hate it, that's the truth.
I also guarantee, if you did a poll on Twitter, maybe a big Chelsea account, and did which left back goes, Chilwell, Maatsen, or Cucurella, I guarantee you, the Chelsea fans who actually just watch this whole season, most would say Chilwell. I'd be very surprised if they said Cucurella or something like that. I think
you'll be surprised.
It'd be very stupid. I'd be Chelsea's humanity or something if we say lose Cucurella over Chilwell. I like Chilwell, by the way. When we signed Chilwell, I was all for it, man. I love Chilwell. I thought he was a great left back. And under Tuchel, he was amazing. Even at Lampard early stage, he was great, I thought. It's just after that injury mainly, he's not the same Chilwell at all to me.
Now listen, Chris, you'll be surprised with the way some fans think on these platforms. When I'm seeing certain people bring up the Declan Rice and Moises Caicedo stats comparisons, Caicedo has him in every stat, but then we're saying, oh no, Declan Rice is better because of intangibles, aka British passport. But anyway, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what people. I'm 99% sure that's what it is for a lot of people, and that's a shame.
I mean,
yes.
I think part of it is that, but I think there's also a part of it where people are people are hoping that Ben Chilwell can reach the levels he was at prior to his injury.
Oh yeah, it's hopium. It's pure hope.
It is. Yeah, it is a lot of hopium. Because at the same time, it's just like, God damn it, dude! This guy was one of the best left backs for the longest time. Like, not for the longest time, for a hot minute, I should say. And then, like, it's just the fall from grace has been so damning. Like, because you could see it. Like, Ben Chilwell at his best, right? At his best, has pace on him, right? He has pace on him. He can deliver a great cross. And God damn it, can he strike a ball? We've seen none of that this season. None of that this season. Other than the strike that he had the last game, right, against Everton, that ended up, the Pickford ended up deflecting and being right in front of Alfie Gilchrist. There's that, right? But other than that, like, since the preseason, we've seen this. Since the preseason, we've seen how shit Ben Chilwell's been.
Marshall, I'd even argue that at his best, he's a competent defender. Not great, but he can do a job.
Mm-hmm.
But not anymore.
It's just shocking. And then you wonder why, because when he does start, right, then you wonder why wingers like Mudryk or Sterling suffer, because he has no one to play off to. He has no one who 1-2 off. It's just, at least Cole Palmer, God damn it, you got Gusto there that you can play off of and help you out in a tight situation. Are you expecting that from Ben Chilwell? Not this Ben Chilwell.
Nah.
So when he comes onto the pitch, I'm thinking to myself, Poch, what the fuck are you doing? Why?
I mean,
why?
Chilwell could have done something good today. He could have made Poch look like a genius by subbing him on, but, you know, Chilwell being Chilwell, he has to take his time.
Yeah, instead he makes him look like a dumbass.
And this is
with a cross.
And this is where the whole experience argument has to take a bit of a back seat here, because, as I've been saying the whole season, you need quality with experience.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Manchester City have. They have a player like Bernardo Silva. He has the quality and the experience, and he came clutch today. Well, none of the other players were doing it, and we have Ben Chilwell doing it. And even if he pulls off that cross to Raheem Sterling, you know, who's to say Raheem Sterling does the job? Because we've seen throughout the season that he has the experience, but without the quality as well. So you need both, as I've been saying the whole season.
Yeah, DHL, I don't disagree with what you're saying there, by the way. I see your comment. I don't disagree. Time will tell, but it's a different position too, right? Because I know the injury was crazy. I'll just put it on the screen. I know the injury to Fofana was crazy, but he's playing at center back. At left back, you need to run a lot, so time will tell. But you could be 100% right.
I mean, there is running center back, but it's nowhere near as much as the left back. There you have to go up.
No, not at all. And even Chalobah today, by the way, when he was running up, like, I know we like to be organized and keep players in their position, but when he was running up, he even looked good offensively, you know?
Chalobah, by the way, Chalobah going forward is actually not bad. He's actually good on the ball. And he's not
didn't he put a ground cross into the box when Cole Palmer had that shot?
I think so.
I think that was Chalobah, and then someone cleared it, but he put the ball in decently anyway. So they had a little bit of a problem with it, and then Palmer megged Rodri and had that shot that was a bit tame, to be honest. But started from him, and I was thinking at the time, well, what are you doing? You're a centre back. You're not right back this time.
I mean, but Chalobah is actually just why I don't understand why Poch, for example, right? We can't play Gusto. Why does he not play Chalobah at right back? Because Chalobah is actually good at crossing. He's good at shooting. Well, for centre back, anyway, I'm talking for. He's actually got a good cross for centre back. He's got a decent shot for centre back, and he's got more pace than Disasi. So why the hell do you not put him at right back?
I'll be honest. It's not even just that, Chris. Like, even if you want to take that all away, Disasi's better at defending the box than Chalobah. He's better in the air.
100%.
So you're doing things ass backwards. It makes no sense.
So, question for you guys. Let's talk about the midfield now, right? Let's move up the pitch. Enzo's performance today. Chris, what were your thoughts on Enzo's performance? I'll be right back.
I mean, for me, he was solid. He was solid all round. Like, his tackling was great. His passing was great. on the ball was great. It's just he had his little moments, hiccups where he like had a bad touch, but like I remember where he had that one bad touch and he still ran with it and continued on the line. And I don't know who passed. I think he passed to Gallagher, but like Enzo, like I feel like he's a bit of a scapegoat today as well because like people are saying he's like shit today and shit like that. He wasn't shit today. He actually created a very good chance to Jackson. For me, so there's like he can create a good chance out from the deep and does stuff like that. So
yeah,
I have no problem with Enzo, and I'm surprised how well Enzo played today since he's came from that injury and he's still going through it.
Still has it, yeah.
Yeah, like,
I don't know if you guys noticed this, by the way. When he got fouled by KDB, he like held his stomach first, his abs first, before he went for his leg. I think it's instinctual. He couldn't. He's feeling that injury while he's playing, and it must be so fucking brutal to play that way. Like I gotta give Enzo so much respect.
It's not great playing through injuries.
No.
I kind of done stuff like that with my ankles and stuff like that. It's not great. It's not. I don't think it's the greatest feeling sometimes because sometimes when you're making a run and you stop and turn or something with the ankles anyway, like it's not great. So I always have big respect for players. Sometimes sometimes you have to play through injuries and just like put up with it. But he does. If he needs that surgery, just do it now. Do that surgery now because like this season's over. Like we've got no FA Cup, no Carabao Cup, no European Cup, of course. We're ninth in the league. We've got to face Arsenal, Tottenham, and all that. Like this is just not worth it. Just play Gallagher as a 6 because I don't want to see Gallagher as a left wing anyway. So just play Gallagher, Caicedo as a 6, and play Mudryk. He's honestly just not needed no more for it. Give him the rest and surgery time. There's nothing. I don't know why he wouldn't go for the surgery if he needs it.
Well, he probably will now because he has Copa America to worry about.
Yeah, think about Copa America as well, mate, because like this season's dead, and he's not the reason why this season's dead. By the way, he's actually been. I still think he's been one of our top players this season. I know he's had his bad games, but I think when he has his bad games half the time, he's playing up too up on the field, like as a 10 or something half the time, and that's why he's not like playing well. He's had a fair few man of matches this season for Chelsea. He's had like 4 or 5 man of matches off the whole game, not for Chelsea, off the whole game this season. So he's been solid this season still. I don't understand the scapegoating for it because he's one of the top midfielders in Premier League. He will show. In the next few years, him and Caicedo are going to be a great partnership, hopefully.
Yeah,
I mean, it's 2 things, Chris. It's the price tag and it's people not having critical thinking.
But
obviously,
I don't care for the price tag. If you're putting like
we don't. Yeah,
but
a lot
like,
of people do.
What like gives people? Oh, he's worth that money. Do you have to score like 10 plus goals now? I hate this because. He still scores a few goals and assists, and he creates a lot of good chances.
I mean, that's the funny thing, because for everyone that he'll be compared to, he does have more goals.
I know.
Quite literally.
I don't understand it. Like I can't. A midfielder's job, right, is a midfield's battle, like winning a midfield battle, passing lanes from like right angle to the left angle, like pinging it to the right back far out or to the right winger, getting those pre-assists maybe, or giving the odd few good balls to Jackson or something. What he did today, he does all that. So I don't understand what he has to do really. To prove he's a good midfielder or something. If you think he's a bad midfielder, then yeah, let's sell him and get fucking some other midfielder. I mean,
he's so Enzo certainly had a harder time of it today because Conor Gallagher on the left wing may as well have been a training cone, so he has less to aim at. But all things considered, like Chris said, he created the chance for Jackson. And if Jackson buries that, then we're praising Enzo Fernandez for getting a great assist. And it was a great pass. It would have been a great assist if the chance was converted. And of course the hernia thing doesn't help as well. And I'm personally very uncomfortable. I'm personally very uncomfortable with the idea of him playing with a hernia. I don't like it. I don't admire it.
Ahmed. I don't know what happened.
I just had a meal. I had a meal, that's why.
Okay. Oh, he looks in a better mood. He's in a better mood now. Look at him.
Listen, I'm not in a bad mood, man.
Maybe I need a meal because I'm grumpy. I haven't eaten yet. I had protein bar. That's it.
I've got a nice little cake waiting for me. Bit of custard, lovely jubbly.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Lovely jubbly.
Lovely jubbly.
Are you stress eating?
I need to stress eat. I'm stress drinking right now. I need to calm down.
Nah, man, listen.
Not really, not
I've already
really.
had
It's
too
only
much
his second
drink.
beer. It's his second light beer.
Listen,
I
I've
was just
had-
gonna go out and
listen,
shoot abusive
listen,
on people.
listen, I've had,
Smash bottles on people's heads.
listen, I was 13 deep today, man. I was 13 deep today, so I've had
Yo, if you guys say, listen, you guys need to join the Discord if you haven't done so already. It's a fun time. That's all I'm saying. It's a fun time. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I need to say. You know.
I mean, we was
everything
talking
else.
about
I prefer really not to.
we was literally
not
talking about
Josie
haircuts.
knows.
If I
Wait.
speak, I am in big trouble.
We was talking about haircuts for like 15 minutes in the game at the start when it was going bad for Chelsea.
Yeah, you guys are fucking making fun of my haircut. Fuck you, all right? Listen,
Yeah,
my haircut's
let's
my
see your
haircut's
hat, man. Remove the
generational.
hat, man. Remove the hat.
My haircut's generational, man. Right now, I fucking don't.
I mean, I like
It's
your
not
hair
agreeing with me
over
right now, but my
Obama's.
haircut's generational. It's not a mullet. It's not a mohawk.
It's a mullet.
It's a mullet hawk. I told you this.
Mullet hawk, yeah.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
coining the term, man. I got a great haircut.
Listen, at the end of the day, guys, yeah,
You
Enzo is finished in it. So, you know, until he gets that shit sorted out, he's finished in my eyes. Caicedo, you know.
Mohawk, thank you, JP.
Caicedo was alright, but he had like some Mazzolini moments, as I like to call them.
Jesus Christ.
So there's listen, man, at the end of the day, man, we just listen, we had the chances, we just were not good enough. You know what I mean? We're shit. We were shit, we were shit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that worked better.
Maybe if Obese Reese, yeah, decided to get out to a hamstring.
Why are you dragging Reese?
You know what I mean? Obese
Content.
Hey, someone's got to do the job for Prime.
Reese.
I mean, if we had Reece James today, maybe we would have got through. Gusto, you know, I felt like Reece, you know, fully fit Reece could have done a lot
I mean,
better.
Gusto went off injured, so.
Excuse me.
I mean,
Actually, hold on. I have to add, Ahmed, now that you're back, actually. You saw Ben Chilwell today.
yeah.
You saw Cucurella. Are you selling Cucurella at the end of the season?
What's he do? Oh, he's gonna sort out. Okay.
Can I?
Well, be careful, man.
I feel like he was hoping
Come
that it
in.
would make that swords out shing, but it
He
didn't.
can, but I'm gonna show. I have to stand up for this. Let me stand up. 1 second, let me stand up.
Let's stand up.
Okay.
Are you gonna do like a motion like you chop someone's head off, please? Like,
You're only on
you get-
Casually FC streams,
Can you get
bro.
a chopping board?
Let me see.
Wait, let's just be quiet. Let's be quiet. Hold on. Wait. Before you go. Okay, hold on. Before you go. Let me do it again, but let me mute the audio for the music.
Yeah, go.
I didn't hear anything.
I heard-
didn't
That
hear
sounds, that sounds like a wet fart, man.
Listen, man.
Chop
You
it.
know, listen, that force.
Give
those
the
fours,
motion.
They're going. Those fours, they will
Okay.
be going.
Fair enough.
Right.
Ah, both of them.
Ahmed,
What?
do the motion how you chop someone's head off. Like, you know, chopping board. Like how you know, like their head's over a chopping board and you just go slice through the head.
Bro, out of context, Casually FC. If there's a channel, that's definitely
there was.
going on.
I watch it. I mean, it's Chelsea end of the season.
Prime
This is what you
content.
expected.
This is what's come down. This is what's
Listen.
come of Chelsea. That's what
Listen,
you're watching.
Luke Correa, get him out of my club. Get him out of my club, mate. You know what I mean? Chilwell, we already knew he was finished. We already knew he was finished. So, like, it don't make a difference to me. But for me, fundamentally, though, they're both finished. It's over for them, man. Wrap it up. Get these guys out of my club. You know what I mean? There's a certain 5'8", you know, guy that's cooking in Borussia Dortmund. But because
He's not going to
tall
stay
enough-
though, Ahmed.
Hmm?
There's
Bro,
no way we're keeping him.
Whose fault is that, though? Whose fault is that, buddy?
Say it with chest. Say it with chest. Say it with chest.
Whose fault is that, buddy? Whose fault is that?
Say it
It
with
is
chest.
Mauricio Pochettino's fault that he is not.
That's what I've been saying. That's why I blame Poch for a lot of
Listen.
things.
Listen, I'm just gonna keep it real, bro. That's like, I feel like, you know, a lot of the time, yeah, I know that I've been, you know, listen, I know that Poch is not usually, you know, I know that I usually disagree a lot with Poch, but I think on this one, this is one of his biggest L's. So
For sure.
At the end of the day, you know, yes, I agree with Pelu that he's not going anywhere. I've said that already. But listen, man, we just got to hold it. Man.
What did you say in December, by the way?
You know what, Chris?
Where was he going then? So Santa Claus has taken him.
Yeah, but listen, if this club was serious, he would have been gone.
Yeah.
If this club was serious, he would have been gone then. He would have been gone in November. You know?
Yeah,
he would have been gone in November.
Listen, man. I can't win.
We're not a serious club.
I'm actually worried he's going to stay next season. I don't
No,
know.
he will. Chris, he will. He will. That's the thing.
Do you know what he's going to say, Marshall? Let me
Yeah.
say. I'm telling you right now, yeah, the thing which has consistently saved and protected Pochettino has been the EPL teams around him. And I'm telling you now again, somehow, some way, the EPL team will allow us to somehow get 6th place, which I predicted all the season. Like, I know people are going to say to me, oh, look at this, we couldn't even do an FA Cup semi-final and the
Well, Oliver's going to say that too.
Yeah, right? But the reality is, this football club will Houdini itself. You know, we will do some of the greatest sorcery. You know, we will obviously, you know,
Excuse me.
You know, not, you know, what's that favorite magician film that's got 2 movies about to get a 3rd one? Now You See Me. You know the magic trick.
David Blaine?
I didn't watch it.
No. It's a movie.
Chris Angel?
2 movies. No. It's got Jesse Eisenberg as one of its main leads and everything.
Brad Pitt?
You know what I mean? And it's
Brad
got,
Pitt's not a magician. What the fuck?
What's the guy that does the monologues? The old black guy that does the monologues. You know what I mean?
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
He's got Morgan Freeman in it too. It's got obviously Mark Ruffalo is in there too, or both movies as well. But listen,
Wait, what magician are you talking about now?
Now You See Me. Now You See Me. It's a movie. It's a magician movie. 2 movies.
Yeah. I with actors' names, I ain't gonna remember shit. I barely remember all the actors I watch. What's
Atlas. I don't know who that is.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Anyway,
Looks like a good movie.
Yeah, they're good movies. It's
Looks like
plural.
good movies. All right, cool.
At the end of the day, boys, yeah. Listen, we took the L, and listen, man, we're gonna have to Houdini. We're gonna have to do some magic. We're gonna have to do some juju. Listen, I'm just naming different magic types. You know what I mean? We might need to, you know, do some satanic rituals. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories about the billionaires doing that in the US.
What do you mean
Let's
by
do that. You know what I mean? Let's you know what I mean? Let's start doing some satanic stuff there, and let's see what happens, innit?
I wonder if Poch actually said this today. Here, I got a quote for you guys.
He's probably said a lot of shit.
I'm happy with the way we are evolving.
I mean, we're evolving to what are we evolving to?
A Magikarp?
I mean, like we haven't lost in. Oh no, we have lost. Sorry, we lost now. We finally lost into Liverpool. We finally got the owl.
Mm-hmm.
We
haven't lost in the Prem in a while.
Can he help us like evolve to like actually beating these shitty teams like Sheffield and Burnley's? Can you help us evolve that? Like, you know, the big teams actually, Poch ain't got no problem against that, actually. I will give it to Poch in his system, or whatever system he plays. It works against big teams. It works against Arsenal. It works against Tottenham. It works against Man City. It even worked against Man United, just about. Like, all the big teams, even, no, not Liverpool, actually, so much. Except for the first game, I guess. But, yeah, like, I don't know, man. I don't know what we're evolving to. Are we finally growing legs in this image? I don't know what we're evolved to. I tell you what though, if he stays next season, right, and he has a bad start again, right?
I'll be real.
And if he does that, I am bored out.
Chris, listen, this is why I've been so confused. Like, yeah, I've not made a decision on who to change him before. Who do you replace him with? I'll be honest with you, boy.
I would bring back Jose Mourinho. Fuck it.
All right, remove him, please. 2 minutes. Please. Remove him. No, Marshall. Yes, thank you. We can't, man. We can't accept this absurdity. This
Let's
level
go
of
backstage then,
stupidity.
yeah? We'll go backstage.
Chris, you even got me with that. Like, come on,
all right?
dude. Come on. We know Georgie's not going to work. Georgie's definitely not going to work.
And Rohan,
like, be serious, Chris.
Rohan, 2 minutes suspension coming up right now for you too. Because
No.
Again-
Rohan's actually cooking though. Rohan's actually cooking.
Where's my phone,
Rohan,
man? What the fuck's
where's your
my phone,
sword?
man?
You mean your sword?
No.
Welcome back,
Actually,
Chris.
yeah, I'll bring back Tuchel. Hang on, yeah, I'll bring
Where
back.
the fuck's my phone, man? I can't find my phone, you know.
Fuck your phone, mate.
There we are.
Like,
Yeah.
no, I bring back Tuchel. Why
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
man?
yeah.
He's
Listen,
better than this
listen,
fucking shit. Like, at
listen,
least this man just a
listen, man.
serial winner who can get results. Like,
Listen,
where he
man.
got sacked, right? You
Well,
remember when
Casually FC.
when Tuchel got sacked? We was 5 points behind first when he got sacked.
Yo, big up Lewis. Thank you for the raid, dude. Appreciate it.
All right.
Well, what's happening?
Ahmed,
What are you
Ahmed,
doing,
he-
Ahmed?
he's
Wait,
trying to-
Ahmed, are you banning?
No,
Are you gonna ban?
no.
He's got a 1 minute time out for that comment. I've
What do you
given
mean,
1 minute time out.
timeout?
I've given a 1 minute time out for that comment.
Rohan, I'm sorry. I can't control
1 minute
Ahmed's
time.
emotions.
1 minute time.
I mean,
Hey,
Bring
listen.
back Tuchel.
I
Can't
don't
ban me
disagree with this either. I don't disagree with
I'll
this
bring back
either.
Sorry. I'll bring him back.
Yes, you guys already know. I'm all for the
beautiful
sorry
game.
prop.
I'll bring
I'm
back
all for the
Beautiful
sorry
game
prop.
said what?
I'll bring
Beautiful
back
game
Conte.
said
I'll bring
what?
back Conte.
I'd bring
What
back
beautiful game said?
Glory. Yeah, you know
Over
what? Yeah.
this man.
That
I'll
deserves
bring-
as well.
I'll
That
bring
deserves
back-
as
Honestly, I wouldn't mind Scolari either. He's probably,
I'll
he
bring them all
definitely must be
Glory.
better than Poch. Than Poch, though?
You know what, Marshall? You guys, yeah,
You can't
guys,
time me
yeah,
out.
You guys, yeah, are actually doing some of the craziest stuff ever. Sniffy Tuchel, yeah, that's what you guys call him. Yeah, I don't even call him that.
A coked
You
up
know what I mean?
Tuchel.
Hey,
I've
listen,
never-
man.
I've
we
never
made the
called
bridge
that.
jokes before, man. We don't need to
Yeah.
make any more bridge jokes.
I don't care, man.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Osama Ibn Taliban. Yeah,
Where's he
we
now?
know what he's about.
Big up
Tactically,
Lewis. Big up Lewis. Lewis, let me know if you want the link.
Listen, today I will say this again. Tuchel tactically very good. Management wise and everything of the such in the absolute bottle drop. Antonio
Wait, who's the
Conte,
bottle job?
yeah. Give me my word. Give me my word. You don't give me.
Wait, you called Tuchel bottle
Yeah, that is Antonio Conte.
Oh.
You called Tuchel. I'm talking about Conte. This is
Okay,
Conte.
you want about
Please,
Conte?
Chris, listen, please, Chris. I talked
try
about his
to.
man management. Yes, you better do. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll
Listen,
bring back Conte over Poch, sorry.
No.
I'll bring back Poch. Yes,
What
yes.
stupidity is that?
No,
What-
he's
how-
better than Poch.
No,
He's
he's
better than
not.
Poch. Like, Poch is shit.
Conte will not work at this football club because he's
Yeah, I don't know
going
about Conte. I don't know
I
about
don't think
Conte,
anyone
Chris.
knows.
Conte is going to ask for a
I'm just going to move on from Chelsea at that point.
Yes. What is going on? Anyway, listen.
What is this? I take that guy that chokes on his food on Insta over Poch at this. What are you talking about? What the fuck?
Whoa.
Oh, is
Hey,
you about the guy
What
who
do you
spoils
know?
the
How
food?
do you know what he's talking about? What is he talking about?
No, he's talking
Anyway,
about
man.
this guy who...
Oh, I know. Oh, my God.
Can
That
you
is...
guys show me? Someone sent me a DM.
I don't know what he's called, though, so I...
Hang on, I can get a TikTok
All right,
video.
you have my
Anyway, man.
WhatsApp. Send me
Don't
a
bring it
message.
up, Marshall, don't bring it up on the stream.
I
No,
won't
no,
bring it
no,
up.
no,
I won't
no.
bring it up.
Anyway,
I ain't trying to see.
listen. Let's move on.
I forgot his
Again,
name.
listen. Beautiful game. Spitting of the sorry one. Again.
Yeah, I agree. I think we all can agree on the sorry one.
Sorry would work with this team in terms of his style of play and everything like that. I'm telling you, man, that works. But the problem is fundamentally, if you look at the current crop of managers, yeah, who are available, yeah,
Mhm.
Deserby, you guys.
I'd
don't
take the
like
Zerbi.
him.
No, but I'd take the Zerbi over Poch. Even if I don't
I'm not
like him.
sure- I'm not too sure of him. I'll be very honest with you. Or when it comes to that, you then who else is free? Thomas Frank is arguably free. Yeah, I will not take Thomas Frank.
I don't know about Thomas Frank either. Yeah,
Right, and then who else is there that people want? Xavi Hernandez. I think he may need to take a step back before you give him a bigger step, particularly after what's happened to him at Barca. And then
I'm on the fence with Xavi.
and then who else? I think given someone like an Inzaghi, maybe this team if he's free, he's going to cost you a lot of money as well. I would rate him. I wouldn't mind him coming in, but then I question how much of a difference would we truly have between an Inzaghi and him. Then you've obviously got Ruben Amorim. I like Amorim. I like his style. I like the stuff that he does. But Again, Ruben Amorim, I'm not too sure. Again,
I'd rather him. He's my number one choice.
I'm not too sure on him again. You know, the question I have a few
My
questions.
number one realistic choice.
But the problem is fundamentally, a lot of these guys are looking at big question marks on him. And you look at Poch this season. Listen, he's done a couple of crazy stuff. The players themselves have not helped themselves. But if we're truly, well and truly being honest, he somehow met the goals you can make the argument for. Yes, he bought a final and a semi-final. But if you're on the board, you're looking like raw. He seems to be getting a tune out of some of these players. Yes, he could probably be doing a bit more, but he's done as best as he can.
Ladies and gents, by the way, I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Big up to Lewis, Carefree Lewis, for the raid. If you just joined in on the stream, be sure to smash that like button because it helps us out tremendously, auspiciously. Big up Ali. I don't know, bro. At this point, I'm so lost in my head.
I
Smash up the likes and smash up the subscribe if you're new to the channel because we have a lot of content coming up for you guys. And even though Chelsea are shit, the content will still come. But yeah, smash up the likes. Ahmed, do your thing. Do your thing. Whatever you're doing. We'll be here.
In general, man, the management, in general, when it comes to the management of the club,
We will be there. We will be there.
It's too complicated right now, boys. The situation is too hot right now. Like
Honestly, if we're talking about management, let's be real now. Even though we're talking about options, do you guys genuinely think Poch is getting sacked?
No, he's not.
I think it's 40% he might get sacked. 40%. I'm not like completely
So
sold.
that means 60% of you thinks that he is. So the majority of you thinks he's not going to get sacked. So you also think he's not going to get sacked. There's a portion of you that thinks, but
If no, hang on. If I was gonna go percentage wise, I would say 40%. I think he might get sacked, but I'm like 50-50 basically with it. Like I think there might be a chance he might get sacked. Say maybe there's a manager what comes forward, you know, and we just say, all right, let's just pull the trigger. There's a reason why we gave him a 2-year contract, right? As well. Like we're not giving him a big contract because we're not sure on him. I don't think the owners are sure on him still. It's just like Sarri's available. What's up if Sarri comes forward, you know, so he would come and take over Chelsea. I feel like the owners would be stupid to turn him down over Pochettino. I'll be real. Like when he was at Chelsea, he wasn't even bad. He got us top 3. He got us playing good football. He got Eden Hazard to get his best ever GA. Giving him loads of chances with his system. And he had like Ruben Loftus-Cheek and all that in this midfield. It wasn't like, he had Jorginho and Kovacic, of course, as well and stuff in that midfield. But we have Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia next season, hopefully. Maybe Gallagher as well, his rotation. I don't think he'd be starting every game because I don't think Sarri would do that. But Sarri would be a great opportunity. I don't know why it's so hard to think like, oh, let's see if Sarri's, available. Give him a 2-year contract or something, at Chelsea. See how that works. I want to keep changing the managers until we get the right system out of these players. Get the best out of the players. You see with like...
okay, this is where I kind of minorly disagree. The reason why hire and fire, I always maintain, the reason why it worked at Chelsea Football Club was because Chelsea, for at that time, had an actual spine. That's the one thing I will give a caveat for, right? That's why the hire and fire system worked for us for in the medium to long term. However, the problem right now for us is we do not have an established spine that we know can go and get us buckets.
Wait, what'd you say at the end? I missed that ending. I don't know what you said at the end.
Do you remember? Tell me where I was at, then I can...
I don't know, so the last sentence you said, it just cut off for me for some reason.
I was talking about hiring and firing, and I was saying the reason why it worked is because we had a established spine who we knew could go out there and get us the goals that we need to win games or to go out there and win leagues. We do not have that currently. Right now, we are, in FIFA terms, we have got 70 rated squad that we're trying to, upgrade up to a, 85. 86.
I mean, Cole Palmer's 66.
All right, so I'm saying to you, right? So that's the part that you get my point, Chris, right? So
no, I do get your point, but this is where I say, okay, with Pochettino, I think I sack that manager, sack him because he's not playing good football. He's doing stupid things where he plays centre backs at left back, he plays left wings at left backs at left wing, he plays Enzo as a 10, he just stupid shit like that, or he bottles against Liverpool, like where he says, all right, let's sit back now, even though we've been playing fine, and then we concede anyway. Like he does stupid shit like that, and for example, we had Sarri. We're playing good football. We're getting more results than whatever we have in last season. I think Sarri get way more out of these players compared to Pochettino. I think you would say that too, of course, but I don't want Pochettino next season. I know he's not like the main reason why we're always like bad, but like he's part of it. He's a big part of it, and he's easy to change over the players because we're not changing these players. We're just not.
So, if I may, I think for me, fundamentally, this, I understand the stuff that Chris is saying, and a lot of the stuff that's happening, but let's be real, boys. Poch, in my opinion, right now, he's not leaving. And even after this performance, I'm going to tell you this before, the Houdini in the league is going to happen, that we're going to get some form of Europe. Again, I'm just telling you. Now, apparently, I saw something about Aston Villa. If they qualify for both UCL and they win the Conference League, then there's just an extra Europa League spot. I don't know how true that is. I was hoping someone might be able to, confirm that for us, but it doesn't seem like there's anyone here that can confirm that. So I don't know, bro. Like maybe someone can explain that to us. And I just think for me again, right now you want to be building the squad. You want to see who works and who doesn't. And obviously we know who works currently, I would say, and who doesn't. And for me, when it comes to Chelsea, the situation, man, is slightly complicated. Slightly complicated, man. Next season is going to be a lot more up for grabs, in my opinion, with Liverpool, with Manchester United. I feel like Manchester United is going to be in transition. Liverpool is going to be another club that's going to be kind of in transition, in my personal opinion. You look at, obviously, the Arsenal, I think, for me, are just going to be the same with Arsenal that they've always been. And then you have Tottenham and them lot. So that's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I think for me now it all falls on the league. If Poch manages to get sixth place, and even then I still want him out, but I could see another season where, God damn it, I hope we improve in some shape or form. Because we need to be more consistent. We can't be these trailblazers in the league anymore. We can't. It's too much. It's too inconsistent. We can't play this rock and roll attack that Poch seems to want to play. It's led to this. We need to fix up with the defense. We need to have some structure in defense. Because I'm also not going to sit here and say our defense is shit. There's no way we spent this much money on our defense on these players for them to be shit. There's no way that Badiashile can go from being arguably signing of the season last season to being this shit as well. Like, it's just too much. There's no way. Fofana's going to come back. Today, we just discussed, Ahmed, you weren't here, but today we just discussed Chalobah. How Chalobah's kind of put me in the mud because today, and since he's come back, his performances have been spectacular. He's had splendid performances. He's not... I can now say with chest he's better than Disasi. Now the only thing is he has to fix up on the injuries. He needs to stay fit for the season.
And I think I think Marshall. I want to add something, and this is kind of like me giving. If I'm the one and I'm giving him like had Lavia.
Your microphone.
He's not had Lavia, right? So essentially, he's not been trying to play the three. Maybe he could have been. Maybe Lavia was going to be his lone six, the big tall lone six guy, and then he could have at least allowed Enzo and Caicedo to be his roaming eights at the very least. You could make the argument for that. You could also make the argument that Ugochukwu not been there, so that could have allowed him also to do that three, where you could have Ugochukwu, Caicedo, and Enzo there too, maybe. So that's just me giving him excuses. You've then got Christoph in Cuckoo, the guy, the main guy, the money man, the guy that everyone was hoping was going to cook. Burley he's only played I think at most 5 games for us this season.
Okay.
And that's meant to be the main man.
Yeah. There's factors, obviously. There's factors, but regardless, I think I understand those factors when it comes to a Man City, when it comes to
but the thing is, Marshall, when you've got a squad like ours, full of young talent that's going to be erratic, you need some level of consistency from these good guys. Listen, let's not take away from this. Thiago Silva hasn't been playing adequately, but if you remember, for a lot of the early to mid part of the season was not playing great at all.
I know, but even with those players back, like who's to say that Poch doesn't play him out of position? When we had, and this all falls back on the whole shoehorning of Gallagher, right? This is what pisses me off about Poch. Wait, before you go, let me just land.
I know what you're going to say, though. I know what you're going to say, though. You think that Pochettino consistently pushing Gallagher onto the team and playing him in different means that other players have to play out of position in order to accommodate him. I get what you're saying, bro, right? But I think for me, fundamentally, I don't think Gallagher starts if Nkuku's playing and he's fit. If he's got his guy in midfield in Lavia, right, playing, I don't think Gallagher's playing that level of minutes that you guys believe he's going to be playing. Again, but that's just my opinion.
That's in the beginning of the season when he had Nkunku to start with. Now that he's had Gallagher and Gallagher's performed with him, he's kind of with his hands tied like, oh, I have to start Gallagher. I'm looking at what Gallagher's doing for me, and he's not a bad player. I can't drop him now. Just like Carney, for example. Carney's another example of this. If he had Carney from the beginning, then maybe we never have this discussion about Gallagher. Maybe Gallagher is still a bench player. And again, I'm not trying to insult Gallagher. I'm not a Gallagher, hater. I think Gallagher is very much good squad player. Like today, I didn't have an issue with Gallagher playing today. I just wanted Gallagher to play as a 10, not a left wing. Or if you're even going to shoehorn Gallagher, then drop Enzo and play Gallagher in the 6 because Gallagher can do something in the 6. I don't mind Gallagher playing.
Gallagher in the 6 is one of the worst football decisions ever.
But again, but Ahmed, Gallagher was in the 6
and Gallagher left wing is it?
The problem is, again, the reason
I know it's Everton.
No. But I understand the reason he keeps on doing Gallagher left wing, and it's not good. It's not for good reasons, by the way. The reason why he keeps on doing that is because he does not trust Mudryk. That's all it comes down to. That's what it is. Like, people don't want to admit it, but
he trusts Sterling. And I know. Listen, hold on. Before you go, wait. Before you go, no, not injury. He didn't come back from injury. He came back from illness. That means he's still fit. His muscles haven't deteriorated. He's still fit. He could have started today. He was out with illness. I don't know how bad the illness was. I don't know how high his fever went and stuff like that. But he's been training. He could probably play at least the first half. He wasn't out with an injury. So that's why I'm like, why is it this emphasis in shoehorning Gallagher? I understand Gallagher has his use, but today, even in the second half, because I said this earlier, I blame the first half on the players. The second half, now I'm looking at Poch. At 60 minutes, why don't you shift Gallagher over to the number 10 and then put Mudryk in on the left? Because Gallagher's not been working on the left. And what happened in the 80th minute, around that time, when he did shift Gallagher to the 10? Gallagher looked more effective. People are going to argue, oh, that's when we conceded. No, I would argue that that's when we were looking more effective. That's when Gallagher was actually playing his best. So, it's with Poch, like, I understand this game isn't all on Poch, but it's those little things that can make a difference as well. I know Nicholas Jackson needs to be better, but at the end of the day, Poch has to make do with what he has. And he has to play Jackson. Jackson's been, other than the misses, Jackson was super effective. He was putting in work. He was making Stone sweat. He was making Akanji sweat. He's making us good. It's frustrating, right? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was making good movement. Which, by the way, that reminds me, Chris, I'm seeing people out here on Twitter saying Lukaku would have put those chances away. Stop this. Stop this. Stop this. Lukaku would not have put himself in those situations to begin with.
No, I know Jackson's better, literally Lukaku pretty much everything else, but finishing, Lukaku is a better finisher and Jackson. I'm not going to pretend he isn't. Lukaku is a better shooter and Jackson. And if he's in that big 1v1, I'm just saying he's made good runs, by the way, for Chelsea. You remember the one against Liverpool, right, in the Carabao Cup final, where he made a great run. It's just his hand was offside, you had to give that as offside. He made a great finish. He's actually a better finisher, but I'm not gonna say like he's a better player. And I'd prefer Jackson, by the way, as a player.
Bro, in order for Romelu Lukaku to get in those positions that Jackson got, you need to airdrop this guy like in COD style. That's the only way it happens. Like, he doesn't run up to those positions. He's not gonna give you the link up play. And plus, on top of that, I feel like people keep forgetting this. Lukaku does not want to come to Chelsea. He does not want to play for Chelsea. He's not going to go on that pitch and give his best because in the back of his head, he's like, fuck this club. He doesn't care about Chelsea.
The Solo Dolo guy, whatever his name is, yeah? Like, where was...
Okay,
yeah. Where was Palmer today? Did you watch the game? I'm not sure if you're a Chelsea fan or a rival, but like Palmer was literally creating...
Wait, you disagree with him?
He said, where was Palmer today, didn't he?
Oh, wait, you're looking at another comment.
No, he said
Right.
no. He said like where was Palmer today?
I see it now.
Where was Palmer today? He was literally creating our most chances today. No one was putting him away. So what do you want him to do? Put their chances from away. He didn't actually get a good chance today. No, he didn't. He did get one decent chance where he literally done over Rodri, and yeah, he could maybe hit it a bit harder. But like that's one of them. Like he put it low and driven like inside the box. So it's like that happens.
Hey,
Soliman.
He was one of our best players still today.
Soliman, I'm always grateful for your contribution. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships, my man, Soliman. Big up to the people who did get it. Big up to hold on, JC. Big up to Pelu. Big up to Coco624. Ishi getting another gifted membership, and B-Man getting another gifted membership. So big up to the 5 of you. Hopefully you do enjoy your memberships. Enjoy those emojis. If the content one should still be there. So the We Must Suffer one, I think is very fitting for right now. So if you got it, spam them in the chat. We must suffer. If you're a member, you have it. So let's all suffer together. We must suffer. Okay. So big up to everyone in chat. But yeah, I'm sorry, Oliver. You were going to mention something.
I was just going to say Palmer did his job today, and it's ironic because if the refereeing was correct today, and I'm not saying this is why we lost. If the refereeing was correct today and Palmer dispatched his penalties with his 100% rate, then you guys would just be calling him a pen merchant. So I really don't know what he has to do for you guys to be satisfied.
He's like one of the biggest creators in the Premier League this season, and he's joint top scorer. Yes, he scored a lot of penalties, but then again, Haaland could have scored a few more goals if he's had Palmer's penalty success rate, because he hasn't scored every penalty. He's missed 2 penalties, I think, this season. But like Palmer created like 2-3 good chances today, and nothing came off it. So what do you want him to do? Like, he can score his goals if he gets the chance. Like, he gets a couple of chances, he's definitely scoring 1 or 2. He's got a great finish, and if he's having a penalty, he's definitely scoring. Let's face facts on that. Like, I don't know what his GA is, but it must be something high now. Like, it's something ridiculous. He's got the most assists, I think, in the Premier League as well, or joint most or something.
No, he's I think he's one off joint top.
I mean, that's just mad. Being joint top scorer, I think, still, and like one off.
To have both.
To have both, and by the way, it's his first full season as a Premier League player. Last season, he didn't play really. Like, he's just by the looks of it, he's just getting started, and we need to start. And Chelsea, funny enough, need to start catching up to the youngster. We need to start catching up to this guy, like the rest of the players around him. Because if we don't, he's just gonna want to leave and go to Real Madrid. Because if he keeps on like this, he's going to Real Madrid. He's
by the way,
good for us.
I just want to let you know, Michael Zachariah, Love and Guidance, big man, you are banned.
What?
What happened? Actually, if it's serious, private me. But big up to A Soliman. Big up to channel and chat. Fuming today, but can't blame Poch today. Fuming at Jackson, but can't be too harsh on a left wing playing striker in first PL season. Yeah, I mean we had this discussion about Jackson potentially being better on the left wing, and the verdict is still out there. I agree with you. I think he is better on the left wing, but he's our best striker right now. And other than the missed chances, his link-up play and what he was doing on the ball or off the ball was phenomenal, but just not enough. 39GA to be exact. Yeah, the beautiful game, you're right. And United Spurs of America, big up Jacob.
Win. Just win every time.
I literally explained this to
Who's that? Who's that?
That's Jacob. That's Jacob.
Yeah.
Win. Just win every time.
To give context, Jacob completely lost his shit to his equivalent of the fans coming in here and just bitching and moaning about the ownership. And yeah, he wan for the rest of the stream, and that's where it happened. So yeah.
It's
Just
a
where
winger's
every
job
time.
or a 10's job, like to create chances, and Cole Palmer literally did that. It's just Jackson and who had the other chance anyway? It's mainly Jackson today. I think it's Madueke, but had the chances and just fucked it. So what do you want him to do? He literally skinned Rodri at one point. Could have got a goal, but it's a save from the keeper. He didn't miss a shot on target, of course, like that. And he could have scored a goal from the penalty, because let's face it, like Cole Palmer isn't like Harry Kane or something like that, the bottle of penalty. He will literally put that back in there, no problem. I guarantee it.
Yeah, it's just actually speaking on Cole Palmer. By the way, I did have some quotes that I wanted to post on Cole Palmer, and also some other things here. Let me go ahead and change this to this, and let's read this out. So Mauricio Pochettino on Cole Palmer's condition. He's tired, but I don't believe he has a problem. We need to check tomorrow. Hope it's not nothing more than tired. And Frank Lampard had some comments to say as well, because he was on the BBC One broadcast.
Probably, yeah.
It's scary how far Cole
BBC
Palmer
One
can
does
go.
not mean what it means. What people think it means. It means British broadcast.
Bro, no one was thinking that until you brought it up. But anyways, it's scary. It's scary how far Cole Palmer can go. The levels he's shown are incredible. I was a slow burner. That's the credit I give to Cole Palmer. It took me years to feel comfortable at Chelsea. He's gone into the dressing room and said, "I'm the man," and he's delivered. He can be one of those elites, one who keeps going up the levels. And listen, I agree. It's impressive to see what Cole's done, and I'm not gonna put the onus on him for what happened this season, this game. Obviously, he did the best we could do, but football is a team sport. It's not an individual sport, and so Cole Palmer can only do as good as his team allows him to do. And unfortunately, I think a lot of what happened today did let him down. And honestly, I think the refereeing let him down as well. I don't want to blame the refereeing, but it does play a part in the game.
Part of it.
Yeah, it plays a part in the game.
There's no hiding away. When we should have had maybe 2 penalties, he didn't give one, or VAR. There's no hiding away from that. We should at least had 1 penalty. I know we should have done better with our chances and scored them, but he's still part of the reason why we didn't get a goal. Because I know Cole Palmer's, if we got both penalties, he's probably scoring both. And I don't know, he's too confident in penalties. He'd take him against his former club. He'd take him at any team he'd be facing against. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, and by the way, if this is true, which we will discuss tomorrow's show about the Musiala links, it must happen. It must happen. If Gallagher stays next season, and if I'm seeing Musiala on the bench over a Gallagher in the number 10 position, I am gonna lose my shit. I will absolutely lose every single bit of it.
Let's say Oliver to Gallagher, and yeah, let's welcome Musiala. Musiala's, I don't care how much he is. If he's 60, 80 million, buy him. If even 90 million, buy him. Him as a 10, I'd even sell. No. I don't know if I'd sell Nkunku, but I mean, Nkunku's injuries are looking scary since the Camavinga one. I think it's Camavinga since France. They are looking scary bad. But I can just imagine, for example, Musiala, Nkunku on the left, maybe, and Cole Palmer on the right. That'd be a scary attack with maybe Jackson still at top because if we spend a lot of money on Musiala, we're probably not going to get a striker. That'd be a scary attack, I feel. Musiala is one of the top players in the world, young players, and that's another player to add with Cole Palmer. How young he is.
One can dream, Soliman. You never know. Maybe.
I mean, I've been dreaming. I don't know why he'd want to come to Chelsea.
He might have a person because he used to be a Chelsea boy, right?
Yes.
So maybe that's something that tugs onto the heartstrings. But I agree with you. I don't think it's gonna happen. But I mean,
he ain't coming if he sees Pochettino staying. He's like, nah, I ain't having that. I saw what you guys were last season.
Exactly. So it's tough to say, man. Oh shit, wrong screen. Yeah, it's tough to say. I don't think Musiala comes to Chelsea. Yeah, he went to go have another meal. He is stress eating.
Yeah, that is stress eating if he's eating again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, probably not. But regardless, I was making a joke. I got a few quotes from Poch that I wanted to share. Let's see if I can pull them up right now.
1 second.
All right. Mauricio Pochettino on most important thing in football. In football, the most important thing is to be clinical and not concede. Today, we competed well. Well, I understand the clinical thing, obviously, right? It's not Poch's fault that Jackson can't just take a shot and he takes an extra touch. However, I am blaming Poch for a lot of the leaky goals we've conceded and how leaky we've been in defense.
Oh, this season, yeah.
He doesn't set us up to be defensively sound. That's for sure.
I thought defensively we was sound though today. I thought
yes.
Today was a day where I thought, wow, we actually defended well against City. We're holding them out. They had that one good chance I remember before, but it's offside, so it didn't count. And like they didn't really create a whole lot. I think I've already forgot Bernardo's goal. It just came out of nowhere, I think. But I don't think it was really a defensive mistake as well when they scored. It's just a brilliant City goal, probably, as I remember. I've never seen the goal. I just don't remember how it went in now. But even attack, I thought we played today. Like you said, we actually competed against City again today. It's just like we just didn't put our chances away, and we defended well, and our midfield was good. It's just it didn't. I would say it just didn't go our way today. It really, I felt like it could have went our way if we had our shooting boots on maybe and stuff like that, but it just didn't go our way. Like the penalty decisions, didn't go our way. Us missing chances didn't go our way. One of them days, I feel, I ain't said that in a while. Like one of them days, where we just, got hard done by. I thought we got a bit hard done. That's it.
Yeah,
but it's just a shit season. That's why I'm annoyed.
I agree, and that doesn't help, obviously. Another quote here is Pochettino. I think today we were playing a very good team in Manchester City. It wasn't easy, but we were capable of playing a very good game, competing very well, or really well. Looking forward, we want to build on this. Sometimes you have these sorts of games on your journey, and the important thing is to take the positives from it. I mean, quick, Chris, what do you think?
I do like today. I agree, you build on this, build on these type of games, but it's this whole season what's been really poor. I'm just why I'm not confident with Poch. I would get rid of him, but if it's like this, we're actually consistent in most of the results and actually getting results against Burnleys and Sheffields, yes, I would back it on him and that, but he's just been getting too many poor results against even Liverpool in a Carabao Cup final. That was just unexcusable what he did, and where he said sit back to those bunch of random players Liverpool had. Today, yes, I would like to build on it, but it's too late for me. I'm not sure who else is here, but it's just too late. What he's saying now, I think it's just over. But he's probably gonna stay, knowing it with the board. Oliver, anyone there? No.
Yeah, I'm here.
I just think it's too late. Basically, what he's saying at this point,
That's it, really. I just haven't seen enough. We're near the end of a whole season. This is, if you wanted to say we were reactionary in the beginning, there's definitely enough evidence now where we can come to valid conclusions about what we've seen, and it's just not good enough. I mean, I can pick out a problem from Pochettino in every single. Near enough, if not every single game that we play, whether it be win or lose. And those problems always, at some point or another, they end up coming back to bite us. And one of those is just the substitutions. And we even saw that today with him waiting so long to bring a winger on. Not good enough.
The substitutions, he needs to work on that. He should. I don't know what he's thinking of giving Sterling 88 minutes, yeah, he subbed him at 88 minutes. I don't know what he's thinking, man. That was just stupid. Even he subbed him on late, he should have done it straight after when he scored 84 minutes. Sub him on straight away. Just try to change something instantly. Try bring on more attackers. He just didn't. But yes, we played well today, but it's too late, Marshall. To me, it's just too late. You already showed this season how bad you've been. The Liverpool game, the Burnley games, the Sheffield games, even the recent results, right? You showed it these type of games, you just don't have it in you as a manager, I don't think. I think he's just done.
The problem,
I wanted to back Poch, I just think he's done as a manager.
The problem, though, Pochettino, that's the problem, though. You say, do something after the goal. That's the problem. Pochettino waits for his plan to not... He waits for it to not work in a certain way.
Yeah.
He'll wait for a goal to go in. Pep doesn't need to wait for a goal to go in. He sees that Jackson is spinning up John Stones, so it brings on Ruben Diaz. That's what we need.
Today was the perfect example of Poch being reactive. And that's where I'm getting at too. With like people are gonna criticize me because you always blame Poch, you always blame Poch. Well, to a certain extent, every game is on the manager. The manager always takes some semblance of blame for every loss, every win, and every draw, right? Because at the end of the day, if a plan doesn't work out, it's on the manager to change the plan and set us up to, win. And although today Poch did set us up to win and we didn't, weren't clinical on that, it's also on Poch to realize that, okay, this plan isn't working because we still aren't winning. Let me change a chess piece here and there and see what we can do with this. And we said it earlier, it's not like Sterling wasn't available to play. It's not like Sterling couldn't play 45 minutes. Yes, he had food poisoning. He was sick. He was ill. That doesn't mean his muscles deteriorated. Now he's got to get back to match fitness. No, he was perfectly capable of playing. He was on the bench. He was available last game, I believe.
Food poisoning?
Raheem Sterling.
Oh. It's not how bad it is.
It is bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay it. But at the same time, it's not like he wasn't able
he's good enough to play still, so it's not going to be that bad.
And plus, he was training. It's like, it's not like you weren't able to play.
No, he's not too weak to move. Yeah, he's not
exactly. If you have food poisoning and you're able to train, you're fine now at that point. Exactly. It's not like they train lightly anyways. They have a full training. They run a lot. They play scrimmages. It's like,
But listen, even if you're not going to bring on...
just quickly, even if you... Before you go, Oliver, hold on 1 second. To answer the Chilwell thing, he's still injured. He's still recovering from his injury. So Chilwell is not dead.
I mean,
no.
Do we know?
Okay, you know what?
He's dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, they have dropped off the face of the earth. So never mind. I don't know anymore. Oliver, what were you going to say?
I was just saying, even if you didn't want to use Sterling, you still have Mudryk there that you can bring on earlier. And, if you actually decided to use the Everton game, the opportunity that it was if you decided to use that opportunity properly, you're up 5-6-0. You could have brought on one of the academy wingers to at least test, okay, maybe could this guy be a feasible fix later down the line? He didn't do that. He brought on Chilwell. So, there are definitely many alternatives, and we chose not to take them. That's no one else's fault but our own.
Yeah, we have more quotes from Poch, by the way, so let's continue on here. Mauricio Pochettino on if he is frustrated. Tactically is not the problem. You cannot be today good or the past 8 months. You didn't know how to manage the situation. We need time to improve as a team.
Wait, what? We need to improve as a team.
Well, you're only reiterating the last part. Tactically is not the problem. You cannot be today good or the past 8 months. You didn't know how to manage the situation. We need to improve as a team. I mean,
tactically, it is a problem in the last 8 months, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, like the last 8 months when you were trying out Chilwell on the left wing, when you were putting Kowa left back, when you were playing Enzo as a number 10. Listen, these are things that haven't happened recently, but they're things we're not going to forget because those points that we dropped earlier in the season affect where we are now in the season.
By the way, the recent game, our last loss before City against Liverpool, that was tactics of Pochettino to sit back after, extra time, sit back and, sponge Liverpool's attacks and then try go for the counter. We was playing fine with the tactics we was using before, but he changed tactics and then it fell apart and we conceded to Van Dijk's header. Like, you can't just say tactically it's not a problem. Yes, it is. It's definitely a problem with his team as well.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes taking blame. I don't think he's a manager. He thinks it's never his fault. I think he's got that arrogance, and I don't know why, because he's been shit for the last 5 years. I guess he hasn't really done much.
Playing as day
since Tottenham, he hasn't done much. He really hasn't. Under PSG, he wasn't the greatest, but I think as Chelsea fans, we still backed it. like hate on it straight
He
away.
won a trophy. He won a league trophy.
I find it quite incredible though, because usually when a manager does this, they lose the dressing room, and these players, you know, I'm not going to comment on whether rightly or wrongly, because listen, that's their job, and if they want to like him, then that's fine. But they seem to like him, and there's not really a breakdown of relationships anywhere except the Ian Maatsen thing. But that's more down to a professional matter than any kind of personal matter.
I'm not gonna lie. You know what actually pisses me off is the fact that there are people out there that are gonna say, "Oh, we're just selling Ian Maatsen for a profit and all this and that." Like, sure, we are selling Ian Maatsen for pure profit if we do sell him, but I don't think that was the initial plan. I don't think that was the initial plan.
We offered him a contract.
I think the only reason we're selling Ian Maatsen for pure profit is because Pochettino doesn't want to play him.
I mean, yeah, this isn't. I wouldn't say fully on the owners, but this is going to be on the owners, like keeping Pochettino, who's not going to want to use him. Say if he sacks Pochettino like in November, December, maybe, and maybe it doesn't happen. The new manager might like him. So this is still like triangle to like the ownership. You know, the ownership. Like this whole mess is still down to the ownership. I'm not like ownership for everything, but like I'm not gonna pretend like these ownership have been perfect. Like they're not even being close to perfect. They are failing still. They're not winning trophies. They're not getting top 4. They're not getting even top 6 right now. And this is their whole project. This is their manager, their team. This is all them as well. So like this is down to them as well when players come and leave as well. Still, it's still down to them. Maatsen's going for me.
We got one more set of comments that I want to read off for you guys. Right here. Mauricio Pochettino on next game. Now we are going to play Tuesday against a very good team in Arsenal. We need to be ready, like Man City. There's not enough time to feel good and recover for us on Tuesday. I'm happy with the way we are evolving.
Damn, he's evolving a lot. He's evolving a lot lately today.
I mean, do you
can
guys...
Pochettino evolve to a good manager? Please?
I'll ask you guys this, and you guys in chat as well, I'll ask you the same thing. Do you think we've improved since last season?
Yes, and that's not down to Pochettino for me. Not really.
It's down to
the players we got. We brought in Caicedo to help with, and Caicedo's been great for Chelsea this season, by the way. He's only had a handful, 3 games really was kind of bad, but the rest have been solid and good. We brought in Gusto from the backup Reece James's injuries, and it's a lot better than Aspie at right back. Let's that's just
that is true.
Knowledge.
That's hard for you to say too, because you really love Aspie.
No, yeah, I love Aspie, but he's getting old. And the big one, we sold Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, and we brought in Jackson and Cole Palmer. Tell me, who's the better players? Like, if you go have 2 players, who you gonna want? Cole Palmer and Jackson, or Kai Havertz or Mason Mount? Them 2. If you go put together, we've improved on the players we got. This is why I give the ownership. We brought good players in. I think we brought good players in. It's just the manager at this point. I think they need to keep changing until we got a Prince Charming or something.
Adam CFC is cracking me up today. I asked if you think we've improved since last season. Oliver, what do you think, man?
I don't have anything else to add from what Chris said. I'm just gonna echo exactly what he said and nothing more really.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I think that's the facts, Marshall. Do you honestly think that? And I don't think you do, but you don't think Pochettino is a big reason why we improved, right? Like from attacking, or our defense has got worse, by the way, from last season. Our defense is way worse. It's actually worse than Lampard's, I think, right? It's going to be worse than Lampard's. He's fucked up the defense.
We're about 2 goals off Lampard's 2019 defense.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't rate Potter, but Potter might have got more consistent results, by the way, with his team. He might have got more.
Oh yeah, and you just look at some of the players that he had at his disposal that are here right now and that haven't played well under Pochettino. Enzo Fernandez and Benoit Badiashile, they look fantastic in Potter's system.
Yeah. I think I agree with pretty much what you guys said. Systematically, we've not improved. I think we've deteriorated. Like as a tactical system, if you look at this from a tactical point of view, Pochettino, the football is so sporadic. It's so hard to see what he's trying to do on the pitch. But from the player standpoint, we have good players. And I wanted to ask you guys this. Do you guys think that these players have the potential to be really good players? Do you think we have the potential to be a really, really good team?
It's hard to say because you guys keep saying like Pochettino's going to stay next season. I'm telling you, if he stays next season, I'm still preparing for like the worst at this point now. If say for example, right, and I will say this, if Pochettino stays and we're doing that Premier League prediction, I'm gonna put like maybe 7th. And I'm normally quite positive at the start of the season, man. I'm looking forward to it, but like I'm not gonna be looking forward to a Pochettino. I'm just not. I really don't see it. I think he just relies on individual performances, like when Enzo has that one of the games where he has a man of the match game, or mainly Cole Palmer carrying this attack. It's something like that. Even Gusto's been good. Surprisingly, how bad our defense structure is. I just think it's how good Gusto's been. I think he just relies on individual performances of these players. I don't think there's an actual good system or structure of this team. So I'm done. I'm done with Pochettino, and I wanted to back him. I wanted us to keep a manager for like 2 years. I wanted to be Tuchel. I really wanted to be Tuchel. So them to sack Tuchel, just maybe they had their reasons behind the scenes. It wasn't performance reasons. I wanted like that to be Tuchel because Tuchel's a man who can get results and he has a good structure. Yes, it can be a bit boring at times, but I'm sick of like seeing we can have like the great games, like the 4-3s or 4-4s, or we surprisingly get the 6-0. I want consistent results. I want that. I want Chelsea to be at the top of the table. I want top 4 and competing for a league. I'm telling you, I think if Tuchel maybe still had this team and stuff like that, he might be competing with the league with Arsenal and Liverpool. But I guess we'll never know for sure because he ain't here. So I just want a different manager. I'd take Sarri. I'd take anyone at this point.
What if let me I'm trying to figure out a way to phrase this questions without making it sound like I'm making it sound. What if Pochettino gets us into the top 6? Would you
get him out of here?
Hold on. Let me finish my question. This is exactly why I wanted to word this properly. If Pochettino were to get us into the top 6, would you be willing to give him next season but still want him to leave the club? Or if we get a better manager, get another manager?
Right. I think I'd understand the owners are just going to want to keep him, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe they think it might work out next season if we get top 6. Because all they want is Europe, right? And they should be sacking this manager if he doesn't get Europe. Because they said they expect to get Europe, and he's not even getting Europe still. So if he gets Europe, I kind of understand why the owners keep it. I don't want him to stay because I don't think it's going to be great. More competition, and he's not going to get like a whole lot of new players next season. It's still going to be the same base of team, the same spine. Maybe we might improve, but I just don't see it with this manager. I can't see it with Pochettino now, like turning this around next season and actually competing like next season top 4 at least, and actually maybe winning a trophy. I think he might be just a serial bottler, like what we took the piss out for years. I think he's just a bottler. Like that final, he bottled. I don't think he bottled today. I really don't, but like he's bottled the Premier League season, by the way. Struggling that 9th and 10th all season is just a complete joke. I'm done with him, but I do understand, like you said, if the owners keep him. But I will say this is still on you owners if it's failed next season. If he's failed next season, I'm not even gonna blame Poch. I'm just gonna blame the owners at this point. I'd say like, fuck the owners, you cunts. Like get out of this fucking club. But even though you can't get out, you can't leave because you got a 10-year contract.
God damn, Chris, here's a side of you I haven't heard.
Let's
my
go
god.
backstage then, yeah. We'll go backstage. Fucking minerals, bruv.
I'm actually just like every my mates, like my brother, is just taking the piss saying we're shit and this and that. I don't think this team's that shit.
Listen, I think that plays a part of it too. Like I get it, Chris. I think today it got to me too. Like, listen, if you guys already know, if you don't know, I'm on American Waffle. I'm in the group chat with them, and I'm hearing people gaslighting me, literally gaslighting me into thinking that Poch isn't the problem. And It's fine. I understand they're doing that. But it's still frustrating to see the rival fans. It's frustrating being on this end, you know? Like before, we used to be on the other end where like people hated us because we were Chelsea. Now people want us. Now rival fans are backing us to keep Pochettino. We know why.
Thing with Frank Lampard, by the way, they say give Lampard a chance. You know, Chelsea's starting to be liked under Lampard, by the way. Yep. They were starting to be liked, and it was not a good thing for us because we was down at 9th, struggling.
That's just normal though. We wanted United to keep Ole. You know, we wanted.
I mean, in hindsight, Ole would have probably been better off for United, but that's hindsight.
I don't know.
I mean, Chris, I think Ole would have done better than.
I think he would struggle. I think he would struggle to get top 4, but Ten Hag could win the FA Cup, by the way, still this season against Man City. But fuck Pochettino. I want him out. I'd take Ole over Pochettino.
I would too. But I mean, Oliver, I pose the same question to you. I pose the same question to you. If by some miracle, I know you. Listen, I understand that you don't think we're going to get top 6, but mathematically, it's still possible. And if the mathematically math up, then do you give Pochettino next season and still want him to leave, or do you, regardless of the fact, want him sacked this season?
I'd sack him regardless, and to be honest, you got to look at it as an overall thing, not just about the results and whatnot. Because, granted, if he gets top 6, that's good. I mean, if you're basing it on what we had expected in the beginning of the season, that would have been good. But I look at things like the injury situation and where he has to take part of the blame for that. You know, I'm not saying that all of it's his fault, but he has rushed back certain players. We know that for a fact. We saw it happen in front of our very own eyes, without quotes or reports. And that's kind of the main. And the tactics, you know, where is there any evidence that the tactics are going to improve? It's kind of what Ahmed said. It's like, you know, the league is going to fugazi us into a position that is just a falsehood. We're not. It's 6th is going to be a falsehood. We're not going to. Granted, we may be the 6th best team in the Premier League by the end of the season if we do finish 6th. But the Premier League quality isn't very good this season. I don't believe so at the very least. So, and I'm not going to feel sorry for Potts because at the end of the day, we sacked Ancelotti at 2nd place, and he won a Premier League title the season before. So,
why would you feel sorry for a manager getting paid extra money for being sacked?
And yeah, he'll get paid off. So, you know, big up to him. He'll find another job somewhere because he's Mauricio Pochettino and he's just a name in the football world now that people
I think he's struggled to find a job at a good club, by the way.
Oh no, this is his last top job. This is his last top job, but he'll get work somewhere.
Yeah, as a pundit.
So, you know, big up to him, whatever. Good riddance, and yeah, that's how I'd have it if I were in control, but I'm not confident that that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah. I get it where guys are coming from. I get it, guys. Listen, I want Poch out. I want to bring in an Amorim. I want to bring in a De Zerbi. I don't want to bring in De Zerbi, but he's definitely better than Poch. I'd rather bring in a Xabi at this point. I think Xabi would do a better job.
Alonso,
than Poch.
yeah.
No. Xabi.
Okay.
Not Xavi. Listen, this time I actually emphasized it, Oliver, because you pointed that out to me, and Chris still got it confused. So enough of this, okay? Xabi, okay?
you might have to call him Xavi Hernandez, just to be for sure.
I don't know. I'll take him as well. There's a lot of managers I would take because just what's the point keeping Pochettino? I feel like it's just going to be the same old story next season. We might get a little bit better, but I think we should be getting top 4.
Or Tuchel. I'll take Tuchel back any day. I'll take Tuchel back in a heartbeat.
We should be fine for top 4 next season, but we won't.
The thing is with Tuchel is that, like, and people want to call me a Tuchel Glazer. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. That's fine. I'll hold Tuchel glazing all the time. That's fine. Ayo. But the thing is with Tuchel is that at least I know he'll get me results. I might not like the football, and I know people were really critical of Tuchel ball when he was at Chelsea. I don't give a fuck. He got me results. He got me to a bunch of finals. So he has my respect. And he also knows how to fucking carry himself in a press conference, unlike this fucking clown of a manager in Poch. So, obviously, like I feel like my top choices are Sarri, or Xabi Alonso, or Ruben Amorim, but I'll take Tuchel back in a heartbeat. I want to see what Tuchel can do when he has actual recruitment and doesn't have to do his own talent ID by himself. So,
And by the way, he's not even done back three with Bayern, has he? Really? He's done it sometimes, but like I'm pretty sure it's back four half the time. Like he plays them.
Wasn't it back 3 in the Champions League against Arsenal? I think it was.
No. I know he did it against. He did it in the league against Leverkusen. He got slapped 3-0.
Yeah, he did do it.
That was really poor.
Yeah, I would take the Zerbi Soliman, but not because I want him. I don't think he's a good. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's good enough. I think he's overrated. I think he's just as stubborn as all the other managers. I think his attacking football will be great. I think he's this is the first thing that came to mind. I think he's a more competent Poch. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd say a more competent Potter.
Okay.
Like he is like.
I feel like Potter was so much more defensively sound. De Zerbi's so defensive.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about in terms of like tactics. Like Poch doesn't even know how to spell the word tactics. De Zerbi is all about the fine details. I wouldn't compare him and Poch whatsoever.
Oh, I thought you said Potter.
No, I'm talking about your comparison to Poch. I wouldn't make that. I'd say it doesn't even have to be Potter. That's just the first name that came to my mind because it's Brighton. But
yeah,
he's a far more tactical manager.
Like I understand that. What makes Zerbi overrated is because, in my opinion, I know he's had injuries and stuff, but he's also stubborn. He hasn't refused to change his tactics. He has one way of playing football, and it gets exposed very often. And obviously, like I don't have the thoughts fresh in my mind. I know I have to do my research again, but I know what I've seen of the Zerbi, I've not been a fan of. Yes, last season he did really well, but in a team when, like, he knows Brighton has good talent, and they always scout well. You can always make do with what you have at Brighton, and with Chelsea, yeah, he's gonna do better than Pochettino. That's a given. But for me, the same complaints I have about Pochettino, about not being tactically versatile, I feel like I would have those same exact complaints about De Zerbi, where he only has his one way of playing, one touch, kind of like one touch. What am I thinking of? Tiki taka. There we go. One touch like tiki taka football that he likes to play. I think it'll get exposed eventually. Kind of like how Tuchel got exposed toward the end of his tenure. I think the league has figured that out about De Zerbi, but he refuses to change, which is why De Zerbi right now, let me see where he's at the table. He went through a really bad patch because of injuries, I would say, but also because he was not willing to change his tactics. But let's see where he's at the league right now. I think we're doing better than him. Yeah, Brighton dropped down to 10th. So, listen, where they were last season, yes, they had Caicedo. Yes, they had McAllister. But I don't know. I'm just not convinced. Yes, I would take him over Poch, though. I would take him over Poch. That's one more way of playing than Poch has. Yes, I agree. At least he has a system, which is why I'd prefer De Zerbi over Poch.
I'd give a tail over Poch. Wherever he's hanging out.
Jesus Christ. You know what? At this point, I would take... who was the other guy that the person stated before?
Sorry?
Someone said before, the Portuguese national team manager. He used to manage for us.
Roberto Martinez.
No. The old one.
For Chelsea?
The one.
I don't know his
used to
name.
manage Chelsea. I forgot his name.
Andres.
Villas-Boas.
Yeah.
No. The one before that. The one who brought in Deco. Why am I forgetting his name right now?
Scolari.
Yes, I take in Filippo Scolari.
Oh, God. Oh, my
I
God.
take Filippo Scolari over
Man, just way
Poch
back
at
in
this
the day,
point.
man.
Yeah, dude. Scolari new ball. I take Avram Grant over fucking Poch at this point, man. Is he still alive? I don't even know, man. What's Avram Grant up to nowadays, boys?
I mean, is David Luiz retired, man? We can maybe have your favourite player, David Luiz,
my
managing Chelsea. Is he
No,
retired
let's-
yet? Like,
Oh,
David Luiz,
we'll talk about that one day.
David
Yeah, we
Luiz
will.
ball, man. David Luiz
That's
ball.
summer content. That's summer content, okay?
Jesus.
But all right, ladies and gents, if you want Filippo Scolari, smash the like. Oh my God, Scolari's Brazilian? I thought he was Portuguese. All right, well, thank you for letting me know, Mediterranean. I appreciate it. All right, but ladies and gents, we're gonna end the show.
When you said
'cause
Portuguese,
at
that's
this
why I
point-
said VS Boas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought Scolari. I swear to God, I thought Scolari was.
And ABB was fucking shit.
I swear Scolari was
Bloody
Portuguese.
young players, though.
Yeah. But anyways, ladies and gents, we're gonna call it a night. I think we're done being depressed. I think we're done being so fed up with this team. But hey, listen, if you haven't already done so, please like the video. It helps out the channel tremendously. More than you can believe. More than you can believe. Please. Smash up the subscribe too. Subscribe to the channel because we have so much content planned out for you guys. Even when the season's over, we have content planned out for you guys for after the season, and you guys are going to enjoy the channel. I mean, if you've been here before, you've already subscribed. If you've been here before, you know what it's all about, and we try to keep it based and organized and all that fun stuff. But appreciate you guys being here, and appreciate Lewis for the raid very much. So listen, Chelsea's not going to bring me joy this season. We all know this, but hey, we are Chelsea fans through and through regardless. So what are you going to do? I back my club. Nonetheless, I'm still going to watch all the games. I'm still going to sit here and make content on it. I'm still going to be in Chelsea hell like I currently am right now. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We're here for it, and I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching the content as well. So smash up the like buttons, please. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification so you're notified whenever we do go live. Also, be sure to check out the links in the description. And as always, also be sure to check out the comment section. Leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on everything that we discussed today. And be sure to check out the memberships, which starts off at 99p. And big up to everyone that became a member today. Big up to A. Soliman for gifting all the memberships he gifted today. I'm currently trying to scroll up and find all our new proper casuals that I have to shout out today. So if you are a proper casual, you get a shout out at the end of every show. And today we have some new proper casuals. A. Soliman, thank you once again for the gifted memberships. But we're going to give out shout outs to Suproten, M3, Adam CFC, Wasabi Meets World, Horizont Hereditar, B-Man, JC, IE Wani, Gabriel A, Ishi, A. Soliman, EE, Hassan Nawaz, Uncle Jester, Will, OG Turbo Jesus, Dark, Pelu, as well as Coco 624. You guys are now proper casuals, so big up to you guys. Big up to everyone who is our member. We are going to raid out as usual, and I think you guys can probably predict who we're going to raid out. So, and you might even catch me on that channel today. So big up to Sarcasm City. We're going to raid out Sarcasm City today, ladies and gents. Talking about the game, you have Surfer there, you have Ziad there. And you might have me there, because usually when we have a big defeat like this, I miraculously get invited. So, big up to you guys.
So you there's 77% time.
Yeah, probably. We'll be back tomorrow with the Casually Chelsea show. We got a lot of news to catch up on, a lot of things to discuss in terms of Chelsea. And we'll be back on Monday as well for more a preview to the Arsenal game, and Tuesday for a reaction to the Arsenal game, and then Wednesday for more. Listen, there's a lot of content coming up, so subscribe. God damn it, Mauricio, you're driving me nuts. Also, there's a poll. I forgot to do the end of the poll thing. 49 of you guys voted. Do you think Poch is getting sacked at the end of the season? And 55% of you guys said no. So, yeah, the majority of you guys in chat think that Poch is going to be here next season. So hope and pray tonight that that is not the case, but it's likely to be the case. But regardless, hope and pray that we actually improve next season. But big up to everyone. Have a good night. Stay casual. I'll see you over on the Sarcasm City stream. Peace!